Welcome, everybody. Tonight is going to be a little bit different than maybe you're used to because there are no dice, there are no characters as so perfectly defined by sheets. This is Royal Blood. This is a game where we turn to the cards of old and we say, "Give me your shit!" Um, because tonight we are going to steal from the major arcana. One major arcana, to be specific. My name is not important. That's not actually my name. That's kind of Odyssean of me. But for purposes of this game, I am Fate herself. I hold the power of holding the deck here, and I work with every one of the players to assist them in breaking the arcane as my whims and of course the audience whims decree. In between that, you can of course call me Turk or TurkAccented should you want to. But for now, let's kind of try to keep it within Fate herself. Around me are a group of storytellers here to try and break the world. Or, well, not the world this time. Maybe next time.
We
But
don't know.
they're here to do something. Something unseen, something unheard, something only possible one night out of many nights. And it is steal the power of the arcane, because they themselves are royals, half idea, half mortal. Born, created, shaped. They are things of junk magic and blood. Will they succeed? Will they fail? Only the cards know. But before we begin, why don't we go around in a circle, starting in the top left with Kian/Ezekiel, and tell the people who you are, who your character's name is, and general, gist of your character. You were super muted.
I'm always muted. I have a dog who likes to howl in his sleep. So, hello everybody. My name is Kian. You can find me on Twitter at uptight_chiffon. Tonight I am playing Ezekiel, who is the Princess of Wands. They are very chaotic. They are here to cause problems. The phrase within royal blood, light your cigarettes with dynamite, is used, and that pretty much sums up Ezekiel.
All right. Why don't we jump down? We'll go counterclockwise because we're fighting all the major powers of the world here. With Lonnie. Hi.
Hi. I am Lonnie or Looney Shaws. And tonight I am playing Sylvie, the full name Sylvie from Charred Skies. And I will be playing the Prince of Cups. So basically how that was described is creative wellspring, so many ideas, they barely have any time to, actually act on all of them. Everybody's darling, which I feel like we might find out is not correct, but we will see. Builds castles in the sky, leaving masterworks unfinished. So kind of the general idea of having so many things you want to do, but just like, do I do them? It's a concept. It's there. It exists. So we'll see how that all plays out tonight.
Bring us around to the right with the most doctorial of tyrants.
Hello, loves. I'm Tyrant. Tonight I'll be playing Asmodeus, or Asmodeus, or As Mode, really any name that tickles your fancy. Debonair, suave, an enigmatic businessman. That's really all you need to know.
And then finally completing our circle up here, a witch amongst coyotes, Nikki.
Yeah, I'm Nikki, also known as Coyote Witch. I will be playing Vix of the Twilight Heart. She is a loner for the most part. She's pretty isolated in her own little world of trees and animals and darker things that hide in the shadows. She's described as a power so old you dare not speak its name. So take of that what you will. I don't think a lot of people know exactly who she is or how old she may be. She seems pretty she could be super young, she could be super old, she could be whatever you need her to be at any given time. But
I can be
we'll see
brown.
what
I can be
happens.
green.
Yeah. She likes dark things and may or may not play fast and loose. We'll see what happens.
Speaking of playing fast and loose, why don't we reveal to these very kind viewers who the mark is for the night? What sucker of a major arcana are we stealing from? This is pre-drawn, so you'll have to miss out on a bit of the drama. But tonight, our mark is the Wheel of Fortune. And as described, the arcane mark of the Wheel of Fortune is thus. The wheel spins, sending the city into chaos. There is always motion, rise and fall, luck and unluck. In the purity of chance, there is something more than all of us can ever hope to achieve. Nothing lasts forever, and fortune ensures that. Now, as I am fate herself, allow me to describe a bit of the city in which the arcane's power resides. And then we'll go around circle, and each of you can add one aspect onto this, one facet, one fact, city. Small things, noticeable, tangible, feelable. Because we exist in a city of blinding lights, shining always in your eyes, such that you have to wear sunglasses, not just so that you can actually see, but that so no one knows your intentions, because everything here is bought and sold on a game of cards, or a flip of the coin, or any kind of chance you can make it. At its heart, a massive, sprawling palace more than building. It seems to be one and the same of everything, games stretching out like a city slowly spills its bowels into suburbs, claiming them for itself. So too has the arcane's power of luck and unluck shot itself out like an exploding corpse across this patch of nowhere land, and has reeled in millions of lives, crammed in here, somehow trying to find life, yet barely hanging on. At its core, a grand palace, the heart of gold. So, who would like to tell me something else about this city first?
I can jump in. There is in a far corner of the city, so far that it almost seems to not be included in the rest, a very small graveyard that is kind of a blip on the radar. You wouldn't notice it unless you were looking for it. It's a really simple small iron fence, a small little archway. And if you go in and look at the different graves, there are lists and lists of names, because this is a vertical burying graveyard, and there are bodies as far down as you can imagine, stacked one on top of the other. And as people are buried, the next name appears at the top of the list. And that is something that everybody's aware of. And most people probably don't want to visit, but it's definitely there.
That's cool.
Beautiful. Anyone else? Anything's up for grabs?
I have an idea. You said that there are lights everywhere,
Absolutely.
which means there should be also light poles everywhere. And most people walk by them without thinking, but those who look up or get close realize that they're actually trees. And they're very, very, very tall. So tall that you can barely see the top. You just know that lots of the light are coming from these trees. And they're very gnarled looking, and their roots will sometimes come up and trip people if you're not careful. But they're living and breathing, and you only notice this if you come up close to them.
Would you say they reach up so far that Some might even confuse him with the stars themselves.
Yes, absolutely.
Love it. All right, I got room for two more. Two more quiet mouths that need wagging. Small things. It can be a small thing. It doesn't need to be a groundbreaking thing.
Valid.
Somebody, speak.
No.
Not allowed.
I think that because the city is so bright, it's actually a place that a lot of people come from far away to view. They hear tell of this really extravagant city with a beautiful palace in the center, and they just want to see it all in real life. But because um, because the lights are kind of blinding to the people who haven't really adjusted to it, the people who live there have actually kind of just grown accustomed to that way of living. But tourists are blinded, and sadly, because it's a little bit of a chances on your side type place, I think it makes it really easy for there to be some pickpockets of the tourists along the way.
This city breathes and exhales foreigners like a pair of lungs. Absolutely.
Everything that's been discussed so far is all well and good, but I'd like to take a minute to talk about the upper city. Of course, I mean, why couldn't we? We couldn't forget the upper city. Sky high, thousands of feet up, suspended by marble pillars and a scaffold of gold and silver, where all of the upper crust and elite spend their days, of course. Looking down over all of the lower city folks.
You think they're presumptuous enough to call it Elysium?
I think it has many names, and that is one of them.
Elysium, Gehenna, heaven. Absolutely. Well, now, on to our mark. The Wheel of Fortune. Fortune itself. I need you all to tell me a bit about it. I am not fully familiar. I am just fate, a simple force of the universe, after all. Tell me something about Fortune that relates to you. How its powers exceed your own, how it's wronged you, how it's humiliated you, something or someone that's taken from you. What is this mark to you all? Because Fortune is many things, constantly changing. A illusion of leadership, a cycle of suits and power dresses and garments and crowns and diadems. Always the same at its core. Always greed, always luck, always chance. New faces constantly, living, dying, being reborn. But what are they to you?
Untrustworthy.
And why is that?
They're quick to betray.
Have they betrayed you?
Possibly.
I only wheel indefinites here, so what did they do to you? Consider me your therapist for the next 5 seconds.
They plotted against my family. There may have been a plot from my family to take them out, but they were gotten to first.
A classic, truly etched in all the histories of the world, but no less dramatic. And for that, we are always thankful. Please, don't hesitate. I need to know more of Fortune.
Fortune
Thanks.
is
Go ahead.
Fortune is headstrong,
Mm-hmm.
gullible, self-absorbed in all of their power, of course. Easy to fall in with. But there's always a ceiling. They'll let you into their organization just enough for you to get a taste of what the good life is like, but they won't let you rise to the top.
Interesting, but you bring that up yourself.
Well, forays have been made.
Maybe you should have been 5As then. Please? No silence here.
I think that Fortune has exhausted me of the amount of greed that it has instilled in other people. When you try to find a purpose or a reason, it seems that somehow something will get in the way that doesn't seem like it should crush passion and caring for a situation, but for some reason greed seems to be more prevalent than the purest of hearts or the goodest of intentions.
And I
There's
think
one more I need. Yeah, let's go for it.
even with all of these terrible qualities that Fortune brings to the table, they do so with an air of grace, an air of nothing startles them and nothing will make them break that image that they've carried, even when they are walking along the bones of the people that they have killed.
That's
Very good. They kill someone you know. Sorry, you were super muted when you said that.
Oh, perhaps.
It's my least favorite word. Yes and no, those things I can work with.
Unfortunate for fate, I answer to nobody.
Ooh, sounds like you want me to draw two. Take the lowest on your next one, but weird. Maybe like actually tell me what's going on and we'll figure it out. Wait, I already know. Never mind. Anyway, the Wheel of Fortune is not left unguarded. There is in fact a box, a path blocking you, but not insurmountable. So, we'll take the rest of our major arcana here. I'm going to draw 5 at random, and we'll create a bit of a protective barrier over it. And each of my little storytellers here will go around, explain to me things about this box. Ooh, interesting. So, let me consult my book as we understand. Because the first card, as is kind of appropriate, is the devil. The fixer. They can get you what you want for the right price, the right threat, the right favor. The mistress at the center of a web of want. You don't want to deal with them, but you've no choice. I'll say this. Yeah, well, cool your jets. This is more devil than your devil. Throughout the city, it's well known that in order to achieve anything worth noting, you must reach the patronage of the Lady of Hell. Running her own nightclub attached to the city, you must descend and impress the Lady of Hell, and she will provide you with means by which to grease the right hands and shake and smile at the right people, such that you can even ascend to the realms of the gods, for she once lived there as well. Before anyone goes to defining that, we also have the second one, which is strength. The Guardian, a loyal defender, a trusted champion, a living bastion. The muscle, the goons, can't be bought, can't be outwitted, and spoiling for a brawl. There is a defense force in this city. Guards, not on every corner because they don't need to be. But when they amass in force, seeming to appear from the shadows themselves. Dark suited, seeming to be made of the very pieces of nothingness that they appear from. And they are the eyes that enforce the rule of the fortune. You try to cheat, you try to swindle, and you don't do either well enough. The shades will have you. Next is the Hermit. Who let him in here? That is 9. Here we go. The weak link, bitter and twisted, away from their peers, an axe to grind, a beautiful betrayal waiting to flower, the chink in the arcane's armor, aching for pressure to punch through. Stab their back and they'll scratch yours. There is someone, through your various networks, I'm sure, who has access, who knows secrets, who knows deep down how the arcane is perpetually fueled. Someone who has reached the peaks of power here and now seems to be banging on the floor, begging for a way out, so to speak. You gotta keep those things quiet. Don't disturb the downstairs neighbors. But somewhere in heaven, an angel's ready to fall. Next. Oh, a classic. Justice. My cards are different than the alignments here. Oh, anyway. The cops. A swarm of squad cars, a zealous detective, a knight in the drunk tank while the city waits to be taken, a patrol at the wrong time, crooked officers pay the mark, shout out, attention, rooftop chases, collateral damage. At your street level, there are enforcers for everyone. And everyone is trying to carve out a piece for themselves in this golden wasteland. As such, there's a lot of goons out. Not official enforcers, but rather enforcers of others' greeds. Those who will strong arm you to a table and, well, anyone making a move, well, they have an ear out for that kind of thing and they're going to want in. And last but not least, we have the chariot, the train. A vehicle, a hot rod, a convoy, an unstoppable object begging to be hijacked. Maybe it's transporting the prize, or maybe you just need to crash the train through the walls of the compound to get what you need. A getaway car, keys in the ignition, idling outside the bank. I'll tell you what this is. In order to get to heaven, there's an elevator. Not a stairway, that'd be stupid, and would make you work your calves. And glutes? Imagine having sweaty glutes. Anyway, the real prize, though, is that there's another elevator that goes all the way down, exactly where you need to be. So, I'm officially gifting all of you 3 coins. Call me generous. I know, I am. With these coins, you can place them on any of these parts of the box, and you can tell me an aspect about it. A little fact, a little tidbit, a little way that you perceive they can be broken. However, the more you put on one, the stronger and harder it will be to overcome. Every single one of these needs to have at least 1 on it by the time we go around the circle 3 times. Is that clear? All right, I got some head nods. That's almost affirmation. Anyway, Who wants to start?
I am
Are-
happy to. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask, are we all together coming in, or are we?
You at this point are
Mhm.
going to be you are going to be together coming into this, but right now I need you to tell me what the box is. You need to define these aspects. You can talk to it. You can say it like you're talking to each other, but I need you to tell me aspects about them.
Okay.
What's in the box?
And this is more conversation based, but I was going to say that strength is less dedicated to protecting fortune and more dedicated to protecting the status quo. And so if it comes down to choosing between their loyalty to fortune and their loyalty to maintaining that the arcane are the powerful, they will choose the latter. If that sounds amenable to everybody.
Too bad it's happening.
Okay. You said we were talking to each other.
No, this is you effectively. This is called scouting the box. This is something you've noted,
Okay.
or maybe you just have history.
Cool. Mhm. I feel like I may have had dealings with the devil before. We both come from Shadow, so I understand that she too likes to use others to do her dirty work. She likes to pretend that her hands are clean. And so she should never be accused outright of doing anything negative to the city, even though everybody knows that she is the one in charge.
All right.
See,
Hermit. Yeah, go for it.
the upper crust think they are clever and funny. The elevator that will take us to heaven, it works a little bit like the old legend of Anubis. Whatever is weighed inside the elevator must be counterbalanced outside of the elevator. So we must figure out that contraption.
Interesting.
As soon as justice was pulled, I think my first instinct was going along with the world building that I said about how it's kind of like pickpocketers are kind of rampant in the streets, with the tourists anyway. And I think when it comes to justice, justice is just to the people that will pay them. So if it is the people who are pickpockets and have a little extra money to toss towards justice, then they are more than willing to turn a blind eye. But if a tourist who is completely unknowing of the lays of the land were to do something illegal or unfair in some way, they would probably be the ones that the goons would go after. So just reinforcing the circle of greed. Round 2.
I can jump back in for the hermit. The hermit knows what they know because they have a very wide network of spies. And I know this because I have worked for them.
Or this the hermit or devil?
The hermit.
Okay. All right.
I would like to think that strength, being that they're shades and they're in shadow, they do come from every shadow. So they tend to follow people, and they know many, many secrets since they can hide and eavesdrop. And I don't think that all of them are on the same side. I think you have to pay attention to where they are and what they're doing to know if you can trust them to, well, not trust, because you can't trust anybody here, but if they are more willing to trade in secrets or in coin, and have them defend you and look out for you specifically. And by you, I mean us.
I was actually also going to say something about strength, in that they've never actually met Fortune. They have this intricate network of dealings that kind of passes down through hierarchy to the point where they get a general understanding of what Fortune might want of them, but that could also explain why some of them might not be on different sides, because they might have different interpretations of what Fortune would like. You're muted.
Nope. I heard him.
Unmuted the wrong thing. The Lady of Hell's love language is gift giving. So give her something that she wants. She'll help you out.
I think it's the time for someone else to say something. Got one more round, everybody.
Let's say that the chariot has different speeds, and you never know what it's going to be doing. You could be on the elevator or whatever movement, and all of a sudden the whole thing could drop and then stop. And you could end up somewhere you did not mean to go. So there's kind of a luck of the draw when taking these elevators and escalators and moving things.
I don't know if this is going to be silly, but I want to say that the hermit, as knowing and helpful as he may be, tends to speak in riddles. So we will get answers that will be helpful once we figure out what exactly was meant by them.
Okay. Sounds like I need two more.
Justice has a younger sibling that they are protecting, and
The
they
goons?
keep. I'm sorry.
Justice is the goons of Greed.
Is there a head goon? Because in my head there was a head goon.
In your head, there might have been a head goon, but
Okay,
in my
that's
head,
fair,
there's
that's
a
fair.
variety of goons who all patrol the streets in different regards.
Okay. So
There's
then
no order here.
do not call on me yet.
Okay. Then I'm gonna look at Asmodeus with intense intent. Pick something, damn you. People are watching. There's no pressure or anything.
So, there is a lot of pressure.
There really is.
I don't know. Let's talk about it. We have a lot for the shades already. We have
Oh yeah,
four
you can
shades.
really buff those up. You got 3 shades, 2 devil, 2 hermit, 2 chariot, 1 justice.
So I'm gonna stay away from justice. I'll go. Yeah, I'll go back in on the devil.
Tell me about the Lady of Hell.
Um, does it necessarily have to be about the Lady of Hell, or can it be like about her organization, or?
I mean, details about what that you discover through research.
Right. A very well-known artist is going to be setting up an art display at the Lady of Hell's club very soon.
Not the dead one, certainly.
I love that
Well,
idea so much.
You never know.
No
I
painters.
do say that your art is always worth more when you're dead, so.
All right. Well, hey, it's come back to you.
Rude.
Speak.
I liked your original idea. Would you allow me to help you tweak it so that it would fit within the confines?
As long as Turk won't yell at me for it.
I'm
Well,
not gonna yell. I'll speak softly and descendingly.
so
That's
thinking
worse.
about like little sibling. What if all of the goons have this this collective understanding that they stay like all of their goon activity stays away from like the kids in the area or stuff like that.
Why are there children here?
Unexpectedly
Nice.
wholesome, but I love it.
When two people like each other very much.
Thank you, Fate. Thank you.
No, I just want to tell you, draw the cards. Okay. Damn, it seems like we built ourselves a box. So,
No.
now, con artists and tricksters all, it's the job of the royals to take these icons, arrayed against them, and negate them. Or better still, subvert them for their own gain. As I phase back into your reality, what's going to happen here? Core evening will progress as follows. Each of the royals will try to solve the problems ahead of them that stands between them and the prize. When a royal attempts to overcome a problem, it'll always play out as such. 1. Royal. Come on, camera. Figure me out. I'm not that difficult of a person to understand. I like TTRPGs. And...
It's trying to catch Fate herself on camera. That's a difficult ask.
You know what? That's nice of you to say. Anyway, put on the ears. Oh, here is thumbtack. No. The royal stakes one of their facets on the challenge. That is, this is both what they're using to overcome the problem and what they stand to lose if they fail. If multiple royals are taking part in the same challenge, pick one as the leader. If it's not entirely clear who the leader is, play through until someone sticks their neck out. So basically, what's going to happen here is that we're going to go around in a circle. We'll start with whoever wants to start, but the two royals, one to their left, one to their right, are going to do the following. One on your left is going to provide a sensory detail. And the one on your right is going to provide a hitch in your initial plan. But every time you enter a scene here, you're going to tell me how you're going to try and wear down one of the parts of the box. The Lady of Hell, the Shades, Fallen Angel, Goons of Greed, or the Elevator. So who's to kick us off? Okay. I'm gonna guess you're gonna start with the devil, aren't you?
I mean, that's where I was leaning towards. I don't know about y'all.
You can all focus on the devil first.
Okay.
But I'll have you know, she'll only help you with getting access to the arcane, not the rest.
You're muted, Ty.
He's super not, but it's weird y'all can't hear him.
I couldn't.
No,
when he
it's
unmutes
because
on Zoom.
I keep unmuting on Zoom instead of Discord because I'm not used to this yet, but it's fine. Listen, would it be a show if we didn't have technical difficulties? What was my question? Oh, yes. Are we chipping away at the things that we just added to these?
No, you don't have to be those facets. That's just you coloring the scenery more.
Okay.
The more details things have, the harder they are to break away. You are subverting them or getting around them or figuring out how to negate them. Because
Gotcha.
right now, they're blocking your way.
Okay.
But we need to go charm and impress the devil.
Well, she does like gifts.
I
She
believe I
loves
need
gifts.
sensory. Do you do the sensory detail and the hitch before you set the scene, or?
Well, that's the thing. What is your plan?
Oh. Well, the plan is this. I will take my fine self down to Little Miss Devil's Club. See, there's going to be an art exhibit, and I just so happen to know that our devil friend has her eye on a very specific piece of artwork that will be amongst the exhibit. Now, she won't come out and buy it herself. No. That would raise too many eyebrows. That would. Well, why buy something yourself when you can count on someone else to buy it for you or to steal it for you? Now, she won't come out and say this, of course. She's not going to say that she's going to hire someone in the middle of the exhibit to cut the lights, steal the painting, and make off with it. But, of course, that is what's going to happen. Now, I'm going to go and buy it. Just out from under her. And then maybe I'll give it to her. Foiling her little plan, but I think she will satiate it.
What facet are you betting here?
That's a great question. And I totally remember my facets. 1 second. I have them.
You got them? I
Yeah.
got them too.
Reveal it was a plot all along.
All right, sounds good. You'll have to let me know how that works for you as we get in, because I need Lonnie. Describe this art gallery showing to me. It is underground. What we first zoom our camera into, dark red lights as a Lady of Hell is nothing if not on brand. Low thrumming music provides an air of just general, not like comfort, but just enough to keep people moving and talking, just to fill the silence, because if they listen too long, tinnitus starts to build in the back of their heads. And that's no fun to do alone. Please, tell me a sensory detail, the location, sight, smells, something to whet the senses.
I think that although it is in name a club, and maybe usually you can almost feel the vibrations of the bass of certain nights of her hosting just when you're walking above ground in that area, almost like a subway. But tonight, because of the art gallery, she has tastefully adjusted the atmosphere of the room to have more quiet jazz, which it doesn't seem like she knows exactly the type of music to have for an art gallery, because usually she does run something that is a little bit more for the younger crowd. But she's trying. And you can still enjoy the artwork all the same, but you kind of every once in a while just get that like tingy sound that it's like that doesn't seem quite as relaxing as you might think.
Cool. So, hey, Vix, tell
Yes.
me a problem here. What's the hitch in this plan? Small thing. It could be the simplest detail that just pokes a hole in this balloon.
There are shadows in every corner. And where there are shadows, we know that there are defenders. So it seems like tonight, of all nights, she has decided to pull in many of the shades that we normally don't see here. Usually it's pretty free of any defenders. But not tonight. There are purposeful shadows around the room. Almost like, you know how security cameras are in the corners? These... Sorry, cat just jumped on me.
Oh,
Hold
that's
on.
malignant.
Yeah, so instead of cameras, there are shadows, because those are the things that she would be working with.
Absolutely. The shades themselves. Strength intervening in the area of the devil. Anyway, Asmodeus, you enter. What's your outfit like? Are you dressed to the nines, or is this more of a formal affair? I'm envisioning a Lucifer type for those who enjoy, middling soap operas that are put out at night. Oh, we did get the Allstate dice. God, that was pretty spot on casting.
all black, sheer and chic with silver jewelry and adornments, and a cane that I twirl in my fingers as I walk up the all too red carpet towards the art exhibit.
You enter the room, and the thrum of music and people congeals into a pit in between, and along its centers as if an arena for those to look down at the young flesh. It's weird, but bear with me. The older and more wealthy scour around the sides, looking with equal parts disdain and interest at the art pieces here that are hung along here like trophies around a coliseum. Someone, of course, approaches you, offering you a drink, something dark and deep, and very likely poor for your health.
In this establishment, a drink, of course.
You swirl, and it tastes like bitter memories and regret, but in a good way. The kind of thing that you'll look back on in 20 years and think to yourself, it wasn't so terrible, but you probably still shouldn't have drank it. As your mind starts to even now slowly swim in the back, like you've just dipped your foot into a deep pool. But you're free to roam the gallery. Who do you go to first? What do you gravitate towards?
Oh, well,
There's the painting, of course. You see, you know it. It's held in some way, somehow. The fact that it's suspended and slowly turning with a light right above it seems to paint it as both an odd piece, but also the center of attraction.
well, of course. First thing I see when I walk into this establishment is the mark. But first, I have to pay my respects to the lady of the house.
It is not difficult to find the Lady of Hell here. She seems to constantly be on a throne of some kind or another. In this case, a literal one, being carried by at least 8 servants about the place as she glasses covering her face, her eyes, so that none may know her intentions, but they seem to even have a dark swirlingness to that. Hair pulled back and tight, nothing left to crease. Age does not touch her out of fear of breaking the elastic that seems to hold this person together. Not plastic surgery, if it's permanent. Like Roman concrete surgery.
Now,
And she, of course, you're familiar with the Lady of Hell, yes?
of course, I've been here many times.
She motions, seemingly without a word, and as the beer is lowered. Asmodeus.
My lady. And I
It's
go
been-
into a deep bow.
It has been too long since you graced my halls. Please, enjoy my offerings. It is the least I can do.
Well, perhaps I can repay the favor tonight.
Oh, what game are you playing? I have heard much, but know so little.
Oh, no, if I told you now, that would just ruin the fun, wouldn't you say?
Perhaps, but fun can be bought and sold just like anything else in this city. I just offer it at a better rate.
I think the kind of fun I have in store for you cannot necessarily be bought or sold.
Oh, indeed. And what's that? Do tell. A
Uh,
hint, a gift, please. Indulge an old woman.
being very careful because I know that there are guards around that are not seen because they intend to not be seen. I lean in and I just say, but blood, of course.
Oh, everything for blood.
My lady, I will see you later.
Enjoy yourself, please. This artist is truly exquisite, dug from the very graves itself.
Thought you said his name was Doug, and I was like, oh no.
Yes, the artist Doug. No, that'd be a
Doug
stupid
from the
name.
graves.
No, clearly his name is. What were you all saying before the call? Ross? No.
No, Rob Boss.
Rob Boss? Yeah. Yeah, much cooler. Anyway.
A lot of landscapes.
And happy trees.
Landscapes of Hell.
They're sad trees.
Okay, sad tree. Yeah. Okay, I take that back.
Happy in Hell.
Depends on the vantage point, I think.
Anyway, the music continues to thrum around you as the Lady of Hell motions for you to continue with your plot, clearly intrigued.
I will do my best to slip out of her sight, kind of going through the crowd as the rhythm, slipping in and out of different groups and circles until I make my way to a familiar, not very well known, but a familiar to me member of the Shades.
You find your way to a dark corner and find it is not fully unoccupied as the shadow there manifests. You make your presence known.
Hello, Shade.
Blood. Royal. Do you go by other names now as well?
You can call me whatever you want.
A silly game for you bound in flesh to play.
Let's be brief. I wanted to alert you and your compatriots to a potential problem that we might have tonight.
There are no problems we are not prepared for. There is no foe who can best us, please.
Really? Then perhaps you don't need my warning. I'll just take it and go.
Speak your prices, Modius, and have it be done.
Oh, no price. Let's say goodwill. I have it on good authority that one of the prizes that the lady of this house is keeping behind the glass tonight, someone is going to try to steal it.
We will ensure this does not happen, of course, so you can rest assured your plans are No, but it's not your plan, is it? It's someone else's. You fell into it. A bear finding an anthier.
Well, what else is a bear good for other than stealing honey?
It makes a fine rug. You would do well to remember that. Your tip-off is appreciated. The city is maintained by good citizens such as yourself. And you watch the shade just melts back into the wall. The eyes, the last things, these pinpricks of light in darkness dissipating, like as if you blinked a bit too fast. Like that.
On time, as always, Shade. And I will make my way back through the thrum of the crowd. I'm going to spend a decent amount of time just kind of near the artwork, but out of sight.
So, the moment's quickly approaching. You know that as you check whatever device marks this passage of time, as ephemeral as that might be in this city, it's coming. And surely enough, the lights kick off. The music in a din is silenced and replaced with confused murmuring. Some people scream. Probably not out of honest fear, but just because it seems to be what people do from ages 0 to 99. Something primal in us wants to scream in the darkness. What's your move?
A loud bang as a gunshot goes off. A drink finds its way onto my shirt, and I crash into the glass and whoever was trying to steal the artwork.
And are you, in that crash, going to be securing the piece for yourself?
I am.
You ready to draw?
Yep.
You want to maybe grease the hands of fate?
I don't know how do I do that?
You say, I would like to use my coin, your one coin that you have, and instead of one card, I'll draw two and pick the better option.
Oh.
You can
And
get
I have
it. You can get these back. You have one right now. You can get them through, of course, if the audience enjoys your performance enough to give you a hero point.
Oh, I
Or
see.
if I deem you've done a particularly good job, which maybe I will, maybe I won't. It's too early to say. I have to do comparative research against everyone else.
And what happens if a bad thing happens to me?
Your facet could be damaged, or it could be lost entirely.
Oh.
All depends on this card here. I'm not looking at it.
You know what? Just so we know how the mechanic works, let's go ahead and use a coin.
For the mechanic. All right. First card is a 2 of Pentacles, which would have lost you your aspect. The second card is an ace.
Oh shit.
You go from a no
Oh.
and to a yes and then some. As you fall back, masterfully slipping the piece, the artwork, into a seemingly endless pocket you have under your jacket. As you fall back, the shades grab as you fall, and in your perfect panic, seem completely unawares as you pat at yourself and struggle and move around as you hear the screams of somebody being seemingly pulled off into the darkness by shades, and you hear a soft voice sing, "That's a damn good tip, Osmodius. Your work is appreciated." And the lights slowly turn back on, the music returns. It all seems to be as it was. Thank you for that. Much appreciated, the gifted subs. So, a point of order, because you got an ace of pentacles, and your greed will be rewarded in time. Once this icon has been, is no longer in your path, the royal who placed an ace upon it, if you can choose to do so now, takes it as a facet of their own. You interpret how the Lady of Hell... Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Who wants to go next? Good warm-up, right? That was one off the devil.
Nice.
Oh,
That
that
was
was just
very
one? Oh,
that
God.
That was smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
There's a lot of other aspects to work through, so let's do it.
For the devil still?
Any aspect. You can all be working in different areas.
Oh.
Strength, Hermit, Chariot, Justice. Most of them have 2, so, you know.
I will jump in on strength if anybody else would like to join me.
I can join you.
Absolutely. Okay, who is going to be the leader on this, and what are you betting? Or would you like to figure that out as you go?
But if Vix is also plotting something, we can just figure it out as we go.
Weird you two
Oh.
are going together. It's almost like you're still into each other or something.
Don't ask questions.
Oh no, I'm musing out loud. It's completely different. Anyway.
Vix is just trying to be helpful for no ulterior motives.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. The Shades. What's your plan? What is the overall, what's the overall, before you even need to do a facet?
I would like to, because there are so many of them, and I have also run in circles of a network, having worked for the Hermit, I would like to spread a secret amongst the Shades as a employee of the Hermit that Fortune has decided that the Lady of Hell needs to be dealt with.
You want to focus the Shades against Lady of Hell, so as they don't block your path to fortune.
Yeah.
Absolutely excellent. Okay, so
my tummy hurts. I'm so nervous.
Don't be nervous. It's
We got
already
this.
It's already predetermined. Whatever card is next doesn't matter what you say, so just say whatever you want. Anyway.
Do you need to know what I'm wagering?
We don't have to yet, depending on who's leading between you and Vix, whoever wants to stick their neck out. Because you enter in a city of light, it's hard to find a dark spot, a place where the shades gather, or where at least there's enough shadow for them to reliably have a meeting for contacts. But you know one spot away from the lights, a spot where the holes keep getting deeper. You find yourselves out in the graveyard. And the shades conglomerate here, free to roam and socialize amongst themselves. Off duty, some might say. Getting a chance to not be constantly darting amongst tourists and their bloated shadows, they would argue. Nonetheless, the cold wind beyond the heat of the city sweeps through, and you are among shades and the dead. So, given that Kian started this off, hey, Nikki, why don't you tell me what's a sensory? Give me a taste of this place.
Most of the City of Lights smells of food and decadence and people and smoke and normal things that you would find in places of debauchery. But the closer you get to this part of the city and the graves, the more you smell that deep earth, like just in the air, and bits of like, you know, when you're walking through the woods in like the fall and the leaves have begun to rot underneath the layers of dirt and fallen debris. That's the smell that starts coming up as we walk closer to this graveyard. And it feels a little like home to Vix. It smells good to her.
Right. You enter into this place of dead, constantly dying more. And there are shades all around you, and as you enter, you feel their eyes on you, the living in a place where no living should be. Eyes and focus and whispers in every shadow. What's the move? How do you open yourselves amongst this crowd? Quiet minds want to know.
Are we walking in together, Vix?
Yes. I will follow your lead wherever you go and whatever you want me to do.
Ezekiel will first. Ezekiel is typically very flashy, a lot of gold. They like to draw an eye, and for this particular matter, they're wearing dark clothes. They don't want to scare off the shades with too much light. And Ezekiel is going to look for a shade that they have either personally interacted with or they know has interacted with spies of the Hermit, and is going to take a glance at Vix and pointedly try to distance themselves a little bit from Vix so that they're doing this somewhat alone. And as Ezekiel's headed over, they would kind of brush their hands across the different grave markers. This being a place of comfort for Vix, Ezekiel has also learned to love it. And they pause a little bit longer on one gravestone that people may or may not know bears the name of their brother before they continue on to the shade or small group of shades. They're trying to look for somebody who is a little bit aside and seems to be more of just like I'm hearing the song in my head, El Tiburon, but is like sharking on the edges, is like sort of surveying and waiting to be approached rather than somebody who is already networking and talking to their peers. That is who I'm looking for.
Anyway, yeah, you find a shade, and knowing shades, there's a hard way of telling them all apart. They all seem so uniform to the untrained eye, but you know the distinct pattern in which the eyes form themselves. This one is quite literally crossroads, X's on the eyes. That's the way it shines through the darkness and approaches. Royal. In what
Been a
form?
while.
In what form do you come to us? Spy or blood?
Just a friend who has some words to share, information I've gathered playing both roles.
A poor answer, and no more informative than usual. Because I forgot something. Hey, Sylvie, what's the complication for this scene? I'll do Crown now. It's a bop.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I can just vibe with what I got in my brain if that's all right with you.
No, don't let him, Sylvie.
That's fair. That's fair. He probably has something worse than I have planned. But at the same time, my brain isn't. I think that in this situation, even though this is an area of undead and dark and not really exactly where you'd think justice would be, considering they'd probably be in the area where they know they can be seen and make money and be bought. I think in this situation, they are somehow either tipped off or just generally patrolling the area a little bit more than usual as this encounter goes down.
All right, I like it. Anyway, the conversation continues. An unsatisfactory answer, but acceptable. Speak your truth. However false it may be.
Take it with a grain of salt. But I've heard through the grapevine that the Lady of Hell has been causing a bit of a scene.
What grapevine would that be, eh? As you hear from behind you. As it seems as the goons of greed of this particular type seem not to move as a singular person, but rather as like a mass of people who all seem to like, you know, like the fairly like you know, the children from down the lane, K&D style. They all seem to be together and in step. I heard you was you know, talking shit and didn't think that we was hear it.
Oh no, I am
Always
the
a pleasure.
worst lookout.
You knows that kind of shit drives some people's bananas. Be a NLS.
Excellent at spelling as always, Justice. Lovely to see you.
A not just justice. Just us between you and me. Think you're fools of shit. I heard some things.
Do tell.
Oh, I heard you going for it all. I mean, between me's and the boys. Lots of news. And the shade turns its eyes back to you. You see the crossroads seem to sharpen in on themselves.
That is so cool.
Speak.
It's never been a secret that I'm not a fan of the arcane.
Fortune reigns in the city. You would do poorly to take its place.
Who's coming for fortune? You're getting paranoid.
I am only getting wiser. Yeah, you hear him. We's both wise guys.
I hate Justice so much.
The goons agreed.
Oh my god.
Hey, don't blame me. Blame my friend on the other side of the screen there. Because I didn't introduce Justice into this scene. Anyway.
I know, I really thought that Turk had a terrible idea, and Lonnie, that is rough.
Anyways,
My brain isn't.
why don't you stop talking to that camera or whatever's that's in your face and you start
Did we just break the fourth wall?
What the
Yeah.
fuck's a fourth wall, eh? You need four
I'm
walls
not
to build
here.
a house. I see us. Anyways, why don't you get on with it? Try to tell me what's actually happening here.
I
Come
was
on, tell
trying
me a good
to.
story. Yeah,
You
about the
kept.
Lady of Hell.
You have to stop talking in order for me to speak.
Oh, well, I'll give you 5 seconds. Go
I'd
ahead.
heard that the Lady of Hell was causing trouble. She's over there showing off all of these fancy art pieces that mayhaps not, she had planned to steal for herself anyway. I'd heard through my grapevine that a couple of the arcane, Fortune included, wasn't feeling too fond of her lately.
And the Fortune's desire is to have the lady watch them.
I don't speak for her. Is that what she wants?
You want to bet your insight chaos aspect, don't you?
I absolutely do.
Would you
As-
like to grease my palms? Draw an extra card.
I do, but also Vix came into this scene with me, and I feel like I have been domineering, and so I don't want to steal that from you if you wanted to engage more.
I mean, I would be happy to. I didn't want to steal this scene from you.
Nope, you are all good. I have done
Cool.
my deal.
Tell you what. What if we did this pull now, and then we immediately jump to what Vix is doing in a
Beautiful.
separate aspect of it? You can both
Sounds
work
good.
on strength here. So, insight. You want to slice some cash? You want to grease my hands? You want
I
to spend your
absolutely
coin?
do.
Okay. Well, your first card
This is not going to work well for me.
is a 7 of Pentacles, which is a
Okay.
yes, but. Your second card is a 6 of Swords. So we'll take the 7.
Okay.
The roll succeeds, but not without problems. The facet wager in the challenge is damaged. So, you succeed. I'm going to take this one off of strength here. But, please mark that your Insight Chaos has been damaged.
Okay.
If it happens again, it's gone. As you say this, the shade... This needs to be considered and spread. This is more to think on than perhaps we knew, little knife. And it seems to fade off and move in with others as you watch a glomp of shadows seem to conglomerate and evaporate into the ground, spreading an information network unseen, a nervous system tapped in darkness. But at the same time, yeah, that was a pretty little story there, huh?
You didn't hear about the whole art show mishap? Where
Oh
was
yeah,
the lie?
the show mishap. I'll tell you something right now. I'm telling everyone on the street, you're making a move because I knows ya. But what's in my right, huh?
Think whatever you'd like, sweetheart.
Oh, I'm thinking a lot of things. No one calls me sweetheart. You'll find out how unsweet my heart is by the time I break your kneecaps, huh? And they all seem to pop their collar and start to, walk away at the same time.
Napping as they do.
Yeah.
Giving Officer Krupke, but also the Jets at the same time.
Yeah,
and I
that's
can't
what
keep
the
up.
Jets in my head the whole time.
When you're a you're a goon all the way from your first cigarette to your last day. Anyway.
Oh no.
Anyway, why don't we jump immediately over to Vix? Because Vix, you were also in the graveyard, and I need to know, because normally this would go to Ezekiel, but I'd rather somebody who's not in the scene. So, Asmodeus, tell me, first off, Vix, what are you trying to accomplish here? What's your goal with strength?
Well, I wanted to hasten the rumor that Ezekiel has started. Um,
Okay, that's possible. It's doable.
yes. I had an idea, and then the goons totally just.
Well, the goons are a hitch in Ezekiel's plan. Let's
Yeah.
find out from Asmodeus and the moving eyebrows over there what your hitch is. Smells like drama.
I think for the Shades are somewhat of an insular group. They like to talk amongst themselves, but they move rather slow. So I think if you really wanted to hasten the rumor being spread, clearly the only way to do that effectively is to go to the hermit.
So you need to direct a shade to the ears of the hermit. That's your hitch. You gotta send this rumor in a very specific direction.
Okay. Okay.
So, what are you doing in this graveyard of hundreds and thousands and growing to millions?
Being sad.
Ooh, yeah, no, that's how original. No.
I was not standing with Ezekiel, obviously. They had me stay back. So I was near like the opening of this, and I'm assuming that as soon as I saw the goons coming, I kind of faded myself into the shadows. um, and waited for them to do their thing. And then reached for my own shade and ask, Did you hear what those goons said about shades and the rumors? What do you think?
I think you try to turn this city's forces on itself. For what ends are yet to be known, but we will
Wonder.
discover it in time.
I wonder what the hermit would think.
Fallen
I know.
angel is no concern of the shades.
But secrets are.
A fine argument for one who is easily manipulated, but to seek out the fallen angel is to court disfavor with fortune itself.
Possibly. Or she might thank you. If this rumor is true, don't you think that she would want to know that it's being spread around the entire city? It will no longer be a secret.
You're presumptive on many accounts, little one. Blood and royal in one.
If this secret reaches the hermit before it reaches the empress, the fortune, who do you think will take the fall?
What aspect, what facet are you applying here?
I'm attempting to make this rumor reach the ears of the hermit, who is the secret keeper, as fast as possible.
You want to do faster than the faster the rapids?
As fast as the rapids. I
Can I
want to.
persuade you to wager your mother of monsters as you create a monster of a rumor?
Ooh, so that's both
Some
of
veg.
them?
No, just the one. I
Okay, so
want you to
just.
swap it.
Oh, okay.
If you're open to it. If you're down to boogie.
No, I think if that's the case, then I feel like possibly I could create my own shadow monster to race this news to the hermit.
Ooh, yeah, like while you're talking, you shoot off
Mm-hmm.
another shade in the
Yeah.
direction as if it had was been listening the whole time and decided to take the news itself.
Yep.
Love that. Would you have 2 coins. Would you like to grease my hands?
Oh yes.
Okay. I'll draw 2 cards. Y'all are ooh, we'll see what happens later, but
Yeah, we're
your
gonna regret this
your
later
first
on.
card is a 2. Your second card is a 3.
Oh, no.
Which is a no ant. The situation gets out of hand and additional complications arise from the fallout of failure. The facet wagered on the
Whoops.
challenge is lost.
Whoops.
As the shade looks at you and a paltry imitation. We know your game. It's the royal blood. Seek not the fortune you seek, and you might yet live the night. And you feel the shadow pulse as it fades in the darkness and moves through you, and you feel like something has been stripped from you very softly, very lightly. Or rather, just the identity that all your creations would have held. Unfortunate, but that's the nature of fate. Sometimes it gives, sometimes it definitely takes. So, that leaves
My
you what?
monster babies.
Yes, the monster baby. So it'll be
My
quite.
monster babies.
So, what's the move? What's the vibe? Tell me what's happening. With Sylvie.
I think I don't know if I'm allowed to ask questions considering we kind of built this world with like the 4 of us. But do we know anything about the chariot as far as like, is it usable multiple times kind of thing? Like, is it something that is a steady going up and
That's
down, or is it
a
kind of like we should save that?
That's a facet you didn't investigate into. Only way to find out.
Does that mean I have to go talk to the hermit and deal with the speak with riddles thing that I kind of
I don't
regret
know,
speaking
do
into
you?
existence? You know what?
An answer's just another question.
Yes, I haven't decided to talk to the hermit yet. Keep the riddles.
Oh yeah, that was such a great riddle.
Okay.
Just pick something. They all got stuff on it.
I think I want to go see if I can talk to the hive mind that is justice.
The goons? You're assuming a hive mind when it's really just a collection of disparate entities.
Yeah. Like, well, actually, yeah, they do move pretty disjointedly, don't they?
They're all individual groups. Hives of bees divided in twain. And twain again. Twain to the power of twain. Marked to the power of twain, even. Anyway, you want to go deal with the goons. All right.
Just so we can hear that accent again.
Hey, thank
That's
you.
all I'm doing it
All
for.
right. You make your way to the central hub, the spoke, some would say, the main streets, where each group tends to have a representative, at least a lookout, someone to speak when things need settling on the outskirts. News trickles in and it's all settled in the wheel. A big crossroads. The wonders of the world all seem to be shrunken and compressed here, made to appear like you've been everywhere, yet you've only been in one spot. And surely enough, there's a speaker on every spoke. And there's plenty of goon leaders about. What's your plan?
So, one facet that we have looked at with the chariot is that it is an Anubis contraption in the sense that we need some people to weigh out the other end of it. I want to see if I can recruit justice using my aloof and engaging asset to see if they will be easily persuaded to help us out in the moment when we need the chariot the most. Almost kind of recruit them to our side.
Well, I like recruiting to your side kind of things. It makes me excited about it. So, left and right. Hey, Ezekiel, tell me a sensory detail.
When you approach, you would expect, because of the general demeanor of the goons, that it would smell like cigars and cigarettes. And actually, they all smell like lavender. They take very, very good care of themselves. And it's sort of a like uniform issued perfume, cologne,
The
body
grease
spray.
they put in the hair that's like scented.
Yes.
But they smell lovely. It smells like lavender. It does a lot to calm you so you don't feel as on edge. Typically, that's something that they want whenever they go through, intimidating as they want to be. They are there to technically maintain order. And so, yeah, they all smell like lavender.
This is amazing. Thank you.
Hey, Asmodeus, it's been a while since we've called on you for a complication, but please tell me what's gonna go wrong with this plan. What's a hitch?
Be nice.
Don't. Yeah?
Can't hear you.
Yeah.
At least Turk can hear me.
I
Yeah,
did too.
understand.
It
Saw
was
Turk's
great.
reaction. And that
I-
scares me. But
I'm excited
dropped it
to
hard,
be able
that's
to
why.
hear it a second time.
So
Well,
the
You just
the
disappeared.
big problem that we're gonna have is that there seems to be a lot of the boys here in this large conflagration of thugs, and so with the complication is with every sentence that our dear fate has to say, it seems like more and more goons are coming and adding themselves to the conversation.
Sorry, who's this a complication for?
That's up to
Turk.
the eye of the
The
beholder.
level of accents just keeps getting more and more. This is
Fuck
perfect.
you, I'm gonna pull this shit off. Alright, you enter into this court scene. What's your move?
Well, I've been around the city before. I know the general vibe of these thugs. I mean, at least I kind of know how to talk like them if need be. I can kind of adjust to a situation. So I'll walk in kind of. I'm not trying to match their gait. I'm not trying to be a greaser, but I will seem very casual as I stroll in and kind of make sure to meet all of them by eye, almost kind of giving them this nod of, like, you know, at the end of the day, they still know they're supposed to be, like, men of the law, even if they are, you know, kind of sketchy with it. So almost just giving them a little nod is like the respect that I think that they'd think they deserve in this moment.
Oh, it's a bow. Respect.
What?
So it's about respect.
Of course. Hardworking men like you don't get enough of it, I'd imagine. It's a
Oh.
shame, really. I hope you know that all of the people that I work with, obviously there's always going to be moments where there's a clashing of heads, but I hope that you know that all of us respect what you do here. Especially, I know a lot of times it seems like you almost protect the children, and it's very endearing of you.
You speak as if you know our ways. Yeah, you speak as if you know what we're all about, eh? You think you're better than us? Yeah, you think you're better than us, huh? Yeah, you think you're better. Shut up! You don't got the accent right. I'm working on it. Eh?
I just walk away.
No, come back, come back, come back. Come back here. You speak to
Listen.
my heart. Just speak to his heart. Oh, look at him. Look at his heart. It's right there. He wears it on his sleeve. I wear it on my sleeve.
Well, I think in that moment, the person who says, "Yeah, I wear it on my sleeve. I wear it on my sleeve," I will go up to him and
kiss the ring pop. It's cherry. Stop laughing. Do it. Yeah, do it. Kiss the ring pop. It's delicious. Come on.
Oh my god.
done.
Yeah.
I can't.
It is not so difficult to think to lick the ring pop. Oh, you got the accent wrong again, you bastard!
This is a strange twist on the Lollipop Guild.
You don't notice
the ring pop guild.
You don't. Yes, it's the ring pop familia.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So it seems as if all of them are kind of going off of their own, like just one person will talk, so other people will talk as well. So
It seems like
I
a trend, yeah.
kiss the ring,
Oh.
very very briefly.
Yeah, it's sour apple. The worst flavor, some would say.
Why is that the worst flavor?
You know, I agree with you, but there are many who would disagree, and they're all wrong.
Huh.
That's my favorite.
But at the bottom, it's also a spooky spider ring.
Oh.
Oh, I will. Okay, I will. Rather than just kissing it very briefly, I put my hand underneath his hand to kind of support it while I do it, just because I also just want to admire it afterwards. Be like, wow, you really know how to accessorize. All of you do.
Yeah, something of accessorize. Oh yeah, we got lots of accessories with the boys.
Well,
Used to wear the rings.
as charming as you all are, I do have
Always Miss Charming, isn't he?
absolutely. I have never. I'll admit that in a moment like this, I am overcome with the amount of charm that is in this area. Just that smell of lavender and oh my gosh, the accessorizing. But I do.
Beautiful people. Beautiful people. Ha,
Beautiful souls. Beautiful souls. I know you wear your heart on your sleeve. Thank you for all that you do.
Someone else sexually.
I realize I need to talk fast or else they're gonna keep talking and multiplying. So I simply just say, in this moment, I'm sorry I have to do this, but you understand I have nowhere else to turn. There's nobody else really as core to this city as all of you. And I don't know if you've happened to cross it, but there's this elevator of sorts. Oh, it's a grand old thing. It is so interesting, and yet I've never had a chance to actually be able to use it because apparently there's some strange thing about it where it almost needs to be balanced, and I know I have a few members of my crew that would like to experience the thrill of this thing that has been almost an enigma in our minds. And we were wondering if some helpful, law-abiding men would be willing to help us in a moment where we need it most.
Come to me. On the day
Is
of my
it-
third nephew's dog's pet school graduation, you'd expect for me to help you?
Well,
When have you
here's
ever shown me respect? When have you ever called me pal? When we ever shared a slice of pizza like two dogs in an alley, huh?
well, I haven't had the chance.
When's you been munching on a piece of pizza with another man, yeah? Come on, you've never shown favour to us. Justice, come on.
You know, I have to say I haven't had the honor, and it's something that I might have been intimidated to do. Because again, law-abiding men, I don't want to come off the wrong way.
What facet do you want to
Aloof and engaging.
Alright, do you want to grease my palms?
Yes, please.
Your first card is a Ten of Pentacles, which is good. Your second card is a Ten of Swords.
Holy shit.
You hear the hand goes up. You make an excellent point. You've worked hard for this city, and we understand. We've come to an understanding. We would not deny anyone the excellence of riding the chariot. It's a beautiful thing. You agreed. You need to achieve things. It speaks to me. It speaks to them. It speaks to them. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Mwah. It's lovely. Shut the fuck up. You wearing a
Well-
wire? Are you wearing a wire? Shut the... And they get into a fight. When the time comes, simply call on us, and we will answer. We will get you on this aforementioned chariot.
The most gracious of thank yous, and also again, tell your third nephew's adopted dog happy birthday.
It's his graduation from pet
Graduation.
school as
Oh my
well.
god,
Thank
that's
you.
Lonnie, that's not Sylvie.
It's okay. I understand it's a lot to take in. My face, it kind of does this whole thing where it makes words hard to understand. Anyway,
I did it.
You did it.
so
That was
not only
amazing.
does that aspect lose one, you gain a coin from this aspect. So
I get back the coin that I just wagered.
absolutely.
All right.
As
Praise the
justice promises you a benefit and might be more beneficial to you in the future should you continue to work with them. Anyway, it's nearing 10, so I'm gonna say, why don't we take our first break here? And before we do, we are. I want to give a quick shout out to Tales Yet Told because they have an excellent stream coming out, not today but tomorrow night at 7:30 CST, so 8:30 if you're on the East Coast, like you should be. It's called Prayers in the Static. It's about an alternate future with an all-black cast, which, of course, if you're not aware, what are you doing? But it is Black History Month, and I think this is an absolutely really stacked group of storytellers here. And if you don't get a chance, if you're not free tomorrow, just give them a lurk, put your computer on, and give them some views because it's the least you can do. Check them out, give them some support. That's from Lost Caravan official top. Anyways, we'll be right back. We got a lot more aspects to clear off. And hey, all you goons, gangsters, and would-be hoodlums, we'll catch you right after the break, okay? Take care of yourselves. Or else. Anyway, who? Hey everybody, welcome back. I know. Hey, ha, ha. Anyway, hi everybody. I am Faith herself. We're back with more royal blood. Last we left off, it was a very serious scene. I swear. You have to believe me. If you don't, you're wrong. Anyway, we are back to an intermediate point where I must ask who's going next and to where.
I'm going next.
All right, what are you gonna work on? What problem?
I am going to try to win the favor of the hermit.
Ooh, interesting. All right, well, how are you gonna do that, huh?
Well, I am going to approach the hermit and try to engage in a battle of words with them. Wait, hold on. Does this hold on?
Are we allowed to join?
Yeah, you can join situations and help, but it's just a matter of who sticks their neck out first in regards to putting out a facet that
Gotcha. Because I do have the blood build gauzy words of illusion, so I can try to outriddle the riddler. But that's only
Ooh.
if you want me to, Ty. I don't want to step on your plan.
I think Asmodeus and Sylvia have worked well together in the past. I would also ask that Ezekiel make introductions, being a former employee of the merchant, or of the hermit.
Ezekiel will certainly beg for an audience, but is going to take a very quick step back and survey and see if there's a moment that they feel like inserting themselves. So once the connection is made, I will have nothing to do with the conversation. What you say is what you say.
Perfect.
you enter into what is effectively one of many decrepit buildings. Not so decrepit on the outside, but once you get in, the rot is exposed. Most things are empty. No residents, no families, no love, no life in these places. Only bright exteriors and hollow insides meant to appear nice. And as you enter one of these rooms, it's large, and you watch as someone enters. Their build is gaunt, not so as to prescribe any kind of particular disease, nothing that be prescribed other than the culture virus of wealth. As they kind of stumble their way in, two stalks that might have once held wings as a part of their all white suit with shades on as they blow a thicker than life contingent of guardians of smoke around them. You're the ones who came calling to question, and yet I am the one who questions. What? Rather, who are you to call on who I am? What forms do you possess that are worth noticing?
Well, in a way, going to
Hush your
question...
words, I have other questions. Because I need to ask. I'm going to go up to the circle. For someone who's very familiar with the scenes of these dealings, hey, Ezekiel, what feed my senses?
This, the whatever it is that the hermit is smoking. There are no windows and the door is shut, so very slowly it intentionally smells much stronger to everybody else in the room. I don't mean this to be a hitch.
Wee,
Truly just that
getting hotboxed.
the hermit really enjoys everybody being on his level.
Mhm. It's a burnout that's absolutely enjoys making everyone else feel burnt out. All right, and Vix, tell me the complications. Why doesn't this plan work exactly as they want?
I guess I'll piggyback on what Ezekiel said. Um, the amount of smoke starts making it harder to see. And there are shapes in the smoke that are hard to know if they are real or not. So it becomes very distracting. And there are little voices in the smoke that sound a little unnerving. So it's hard to know. It's hard to make sense of anything in this room. What's real, what's not? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Speak your purpose and let it be known to the open air, or it's clouded.
Well, if it suits the questioner as being approached with questions himself, it seems that we may also be able to find if there are any answers we have for you, as well as you provide us with answers in return.
My
And
goal
she'll kind of just like
my goal is like a paper.
a paper is meant to be written on and scribbled out and written on again.
Your interpretations are so small, but you
Then
almost grasp truth.
then enlarge in the paper.
Shall I write it in simple letters, then give forth the whole play?
Oh,
Explain
don't simplify
Shakespeare
it
to a
for
frog.
I don't think the frog has the mental capacity.
Well,
But if
neither
you'd
might
like to
you.
spend your ways that way. Oh.
My point being, you are in desire of things that I may yet have, but is it truly I that need to be appeased to? Should you not seek another? Do I yet hold this power over you, or is this only a falsehood placed in your mind?
You hold no power over me, although you are seemingly a means to an end in a way that would be both interesting as well as satisfying to both
You make
sides of
me
the
sound a man to a
situation.
mouse. Make yourself plain.
Only if you do the same.
I make myself plain, I lose the baccarat.
I make myself plain, I lose an interesting conversation.
It sounds like your levy is much less against mine. You! He points towards Asmodeus with a pinky. You speak not with words, yet with eyes. What is your purpose here?
The questions that you have not asked, such as what fills a power vacuum?
Whatever power is next greatest, naturally. Is
And
there
what power would that be if the current power were to be extinguished?
whatever power should claim it? This power is very great, and is not so dissuaded so simply. I think
But
you'll
if
find this is the Stygian bird, a labor not completed so lightly.
But if one power has many birds that fly across the city squawking and squeaking and delivering news and being eyes, wouldn't another power have need of such skills?
You're speaking of hypotheticals, my favorite dance floor. But I need to know stakes. I need to know the game. What do you
So,
wish
the
my
game-
bet to be?
Reputation.
An infinite resource, if cultivated improperly.
Or
Reputation enough. My word is tantamount to divine.
in certain spheres. But what if I were to broaden your horizons?
Then you would be the Atlas to my world, but I doubt you have the strength of shoulder.
What of the pit of Tartarus?
The darkness and the fire? What interest I have there?
Power vacuum?
You presume to turn the lady in on herself. Inverse it.
Hell may need a new king.
It is thought fit to have a queen. What am I to deny a matriarch her power?
If that power goes away, just a hypothetical.
You speak plain your intentions this night, and I may yet reward you, but we continue in this game as amusing as it is. I promise neither of us will achieve our goals. Like a foot
the-
race run in two directions.
If the Lady of Hell were to fall, I would put you in her place of power. Give you her assets, bolster your own.
And what would you seek in return for such an offer? Such thing is not willingly given quite easily, naturally.
For your ears to become my ears. A partnership.
A difficult thing, given we are not so standing close together.
Not yet.
And yet your circle is so close to hell. One might think you would put yourself on the throne as easily as I.
We all have to make sacrifices.
And yet I wonder who's here to bargain, and who is here to flap their jaws and meet.
Well, I have the jewel, the lady's eye, and I will procure the stolen art.
You court anger. I still don't know what you all want from me. I am but an outcast.
Nothing for now. But in the future, information. They can get us into places that we're not meant to be.
There's many places such as that, but I suppose a name of a time and a place given in place of a thing. The next 20 questions a fair game, I suppose.
We have a deal.
Would you like to draw a card? What facet
No,
would you like to bargain?
the everyone can be sacrificed.
That's a good card. That's a good facet. Would you like to grease my hands? I say, no, you can't do so.
I cannot do so.
Well, let's find out what it is. You ready? It's behind my back.
Sure.
That's an ace of swords.
Oh, nice.
Double aces.
Y'all should probably make sure your boy's on your side at the end of the night. A final exhale as you find yourselves completely engulfed in smoke. Now the room occluded completely. Calling me. And my strings will be yours to pull for a time. My eyes be your eyes, my ears be your ears. Perhaps our minds shall be alike as well, to link the two together. Though if not, at least we share a common liver. And the final puff of smoke sends you both out, hacking and wheezing, to where Ezekiel awaits you.
Well, I think
I
that
can get
went
used to.
well.
Did it? I can't tell. After I started talking to him, the two of you talking, it seemed like there were other people added onto it too. Just whatever he was smoking. But if you think it went well, then I'll consider it a success.
The smoke played tricks, but I think that went as well as we can hope. Now we just need to figure out how to deal with the rest of them. I have a
Idea
couple
for
ideas.
I have an idea for the devil that might help move along your little connection that you've made with the hermit, but also just a word of caution. The shapes and voices in the smoke are not always so incorporeal. The spies are everywhere after all. Just something for you to know.
Good to know.
Well, I need to know who's next.
I can jump in.
Jump, hop, skip, I step, I don't care.
I want to set the devil's club on fire and burn it down.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You want to set the gates of Tartarus ablaze?
I do. I want to see if it can burn to the ground.
It's already in the ground, you have to burn it deeper.
I'll do my best.
The scene is similar. You find yourself on another level, deep in the bowels. A mass of those who would turn on each other at any second. Blood being spilled as quickly as liquor. A realm of traitors, ice cold around you. But down here, in the cold dark, is where fire would likely bloom the best and send the flames scorching higher.
I'd like to help with this.
All
Again. No ulterior motives.
sounds good to me. Give me a sense for me to experience.
For me?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, you.
Um,
And Sylvia, you're on deck for complications. Just start thinking.
I guess down here. It's. You said there's red. This is near the club, right? And so all the light
This
is red.
the club, yeah.
I want to say that everything around here smells like frankincense and myrrh. It's intoxicating and very exciting. And you can almost feel the energy building up, and the air feels electrifying. That's it. If you want more, I can do more.
Nope, that's all I need. Hey, Sylvie, give me a complication. What's gonna go wrong with this plan?
Don't do
I
this to me
wanna-
again, Sylvie.
Listen, I don't know what. My
Okay.
first instinct is just to say the fact that it's underground is going to make it a little bit harder to burn to begin with, because it could probably be more moist and towards the center of the earth kind of thing. So I feel like the complication would be needing to do more than you'd think for a typical attack of arson.
And B is Barson. All right. You enter the deepest levels of this club. You know the dangers of starting this are that you might be caught in the inferno yourself. How do you go about starting this fire?
I first make a point to identify all of the exits and make sure that Vix knows where they are. Since they have come in here with me, I do not want her caught in the blaze unnecessarily.
You
And
care.
Is that a moment of care, or
we'll see. I am going to start. Ezekiel's already a very showy, flashy person. I am going to start dancing the night away. This is the slow burn, if you will. And as I am dancing, I am intentionally, very subtly, knocking drinks out of hand, spilling my own, making sure that there is as much alcohol and as many surfaces as possible to create a flashover effect that as soon as I light it, everything goes up in flames. People inside be damned.
I don't need to ask questions other than this because I love fucking juicy drama. Hey, Vex. How do you feel watching Ezekiel move amongst the crowd, liquid bursting around them?
They're hot. Ezekiel stole my heart long ago, and I am here to not win it back, but watching her dance and what she's doing, I am definitely here for it. I am looking for any chance to help this happen for her.
Ezekiel, how do you light this thing off?
So,
What facet do you use?
inciting chaos, of course. Well,
Of course.
okay. So, a quick clarification, because my other facet is a Russian roulette revolver that never misses. Does this mean that if the bullet is in the chamber, it never misses? Or even if the bullet is not in the chamber, as long as I'm aiming at my target, it still does not miss.
Here's my favorite part about the system. You ready? You ready? Listen close. Listen close.
No, I don't tell.
You tell me.
No. I, as a person, really enjoy chaos, but I like rules and regulations. Okay, I will then wager my Russian roulette revolver that never misses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Even with a spark of flint, it would be enough to light up some
I was
fire.
just gonna say, I personally am not familiar with how revolvers work, even though my upbringing would suggest otherwise. But would that be an option?
If you had blanks, you could certainly strike gunpowder. Yeah.
Okay, then I would like to wager my Russian roulette revolver to, try and just set this place ablaze. I am going to aim to get myself as close to an exit as I can, but when I think the surfaces are effectively covered, I'm going to set it on fire no matter where I am in that club.
Would you like to grease my hands, even though you can't?
I can't.
Would you...
Can
If there's a second way to wager it, I totally will.
Sorry, does Vix want to wager here?
I possibly because Vix has gone around and has, if there's any windows, I'm going to open all of the doors and all of the windows to get as much oxygen in here as possible to help these flames that end up coming up. Like, I'm getting ready for it if this happens. And
Question. Windows underground.
I mean, why not? Underground to other underground places.
You make an excellent point. You open the windows. Do you want to spend your coin to grease my hands? So I got 2 cards here.
Yes.
All right. First card is a 10 of cups. Next, it's a page of wands. This is a royal card, which means yes and. As the fire, as you lower yourself down and click, an empty round is burst. The sparks catch on the ground and quickly light up before you like a fireball, like you just lit the ground ablaze in a cone in front of you. As the entire room quickly is overtaken in a flash fire, the sensory effects of this room meant to comfort and lull people into this intense forever dance turn against it as fire continues to bloom and panic just overtakes hell itself. So not only does the devil lose one, but Kian, Ezekiel, you gain one. You gain a coin for our person managing the screen.
As all of the flames are happening, I am pushing people out of the way into fire recklessly, does not matter. I am looking for Vix, and I'm going to grab her hand and make sure that we both get out safely. And there is a somewhat disturbing, maniacal grin on my face at this chaos that has ignited around me.
Excellent. So, who's next? We got a bunch. We got at least 2 of the box with one thing on it. Or 3 with one thing on it.
What do we have left?
The Devil's got 1, Strength has 2, Hermits have 1, Hermit has 1, Justice has 1, and the Chariot has 2. No one's touched the Chariot yet. No one's tried to figure out the elevators.
I figured out the Anubis effect by dealing with the Justice.
You will have an additional draw, maybe.
Okay.
Someone's got to say something. It's got to be...
wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder.
I wonder.
I wonder if we can convince the devil that fortune did this.
Sounds like a plan you might need to enact yourself.
Oh man, I got nothing. I was saying this to Ezekiel, but if you were doing something else, then Vix will attempt this on her own.
I have a plan for if things go to shit, but I don't know if it would work.
That's kind of where I'm like, I have no plan. I was just gonna go talk to her.
Ezekiel's very torn because they do not want to be caught at the scene of the crime, but they will follow as a show of potentially good faith for Vix.
Dude, we'll see how far that gets you. Anyway,
Yeah.
Hey, Asmodeus, you know the level of hell that the Lady of Hell is on right now. Tell me what it's like.
I think after the pits of Tartarus are burnt to a crisp and sealed up, Our Lady retreats to a separate, more bar than club. Kind of a backup location. More based around pride than anything.
An old place. A place that has history, yet only the locals know of it. It's not a place you share with others, but rather a place that calls to you. You find it, it's yours, but until then, you can't have it. It's the bar called Limbo. Bar/diner. Like an IHOP
Yeah.
met a TGI Fridays, and they both got drunk in an alley and just went at it.
Yeah, it's 3
Demonic
a.m.
IHOP,
Yeah.
i.e. Denny's.
Denny's.
Yeah.
Hey, Ezekiel, you're in this scene, so have a seat. Sylvie, tell me a complication.
I think I've given so many complications, and I'm just
Well-
making
Like-
me mad.
I feel like that was a complication.
Well, you can
Um,
just say the Lady of Hell knows, and
Oh, I
Don't
was
you
gonna,
dare.
I was
Oh my
gonna say
God.
that the food there is iffy, so sometimes people will like I guess if they're going to the bar part of the crazy IHOP, whatever the heck this place is, then they'll be fine. But if they endeavor on food, it's like a 50-50 chance of kind of making you sick. Which doesn't help with
Unfortunate.
negotiations.
And Ezekiel's a hedonist, so Ezekiel's totally gonna go and eat some food.
Oh,
Oh.
great.
Oh, I was kind of just thinking, oh, we're gonna go to the bar part. It's fine, no big deal.
you enter this bar. It smells of age. You don't know how, but it's a memory. Somehow, this encapsulates everything you used to be in the worst ways. You feel as if you see yourself as a child and all the shitty things you've done in this location. And it smells like those memories. Somehow constantly smells like memory. The Lady of Hell sits like crisp on all her edges, as if the very presence of her being is frayed. Surrounded by hanger-ons and other patrons of her depths. She continues to swirl some divine-looking tincture before her. But she stops and turns her head towards you both with the same shaded eyes. Hello, dearies. What can I do for you? I'm out of sorts at the moment, but I'm certain I can still work a deal when I see one.
There's no deal. There's no deal here.
Oh,
My
but
lady,
I'm very bored. Understand.
I have news. Do you know? Or have you heard already of who did this?
The answers are so many, you understand, and none of them believable. Do you want to add on to the pile?
Well, I will tell you what I heard.
You heard. How precious a sense you think is valuable.
I'm so distracted by your glasses right now. I have reason to believe that there were defenders in your shadows who were starting the fires. Have you
I
heard?
I have been nothing but a loyal follower of the lady, the heart of gold at the center of this lovely little pyre. Why you think it would behoove anyone to set my club ablaze, well, that's entirely up to you, I suppose, but
You know my way with shadows. The shades have been talking.
Shades have been saying many things, as they always do. And I know your way only with some shadows. She gives a look over to Ezekiel.
Ezekiel is going to plop their happy ass down in a chair and kick their feet up on a table and say, well, I've been hearing the same thing in my threads.
How convenient. Two spiders sharing a web.
If you'd like a little bit to back it up, we all knew you were second in line after Fortune when it comes to power. We've known that for forever. Maybe she felt threatened.
Both of you to assume that anyone can threaten the heart of gold.
Bold indeed. The way the glasses dance.
Your glasses did some weird things just now.
Smoke inhalation's a motherfucker.
I am not one to be bold or to leave my woods. There were already rumors circulating on the outsides of the city. I have been loyal to you before. What use would I have to not bring this information to you now? Unless I believed it.
What facet would you like to wager?
I only have one.
Yeah, you do.
Fast as the rapids. So I'm hoping that my smooth fast talking will help me here.
Mind to humor that. Would you like to grease my hands?
You know what? I have one right now, so I might as well. It didn't
Okay.
work so well last time.
Let's find out, because your first card is a 7 of cups.
Okay.
Your second card is the Knight of Cups, which takes you from a yes but to a yes and, as
Yeah.
that's the last one off the devil. I'll tell you what, my dear. When your friends want to shake things up, fine. As far as I'm concerned, this city can burn, just like my club. I had a good fucking thing going on. I liked my little games, but apparently they were too big for some people. Maybe it's time they felt the fire.
I agree.
I don't give a shit if you agree. You're gonna do what I say, one way or the other. And you're gonna take this motherfucker down. You understand?
Very.
Tell Asmodeus he gives that painting back, and, well, he'll have access to some nice networks.
I'll certainly pass that on to him.
Good. Oh, I should let you know that artist you did in. He got better.
Well, good for him. I'm glad.
Yes, glad for both of you, she says, looking at Ezekiel.
Ezekiel's eyes snap to Vix.
I do not look at Ezekiel.
Well, I'm off to perhaps dig some new holes. So many arcane, so many fat horses. Ta-ta! Boys, she motions towards several people around. Help them.
I take some
And-
french fries on the way out. Do I get sick?
No,
Hell yeah.
you don't feel good though.
That's fair.
Like you feel like you've definitely like somehow clotted partially at least one artery.
That's fair. Maybe it was the fries. Maybe it was knowing that Vix betrayed me and killed somebody I loved. Tried to, at least.
Your heart's going down by 1 BPM.
Man, didn't need that reminder.
Anyway, hey, Asmodeus, since that card is claimed, you have gained a facet of the devil. The Lady of Hells, in some way, becomes a facet for you. How you interpret that is entirely up to you.
Oh,
Anyway,
perfect. Cool.
who's next?
You said the devil is done?
The devil is done. We got the Hermit and Justice on 1.
Yeah.
Strength and Chariot on 2. Let's do this. Come on.
I feel like
You feel like what?
them.
Well, someone's
Yes,
got to
we
feel
just-
like something.
we
Come
just-
on.
Well, I was gonna say strength seems like the next one to go for, at least for us. But I feel like somebody else should go next, because we just did the big devil.
Are there other places? Well, I guess part of me wants to see if I can bring down another place that would be a hideout for strength, because they're kind of known for hanging out in the shadows. It almost seems like the fact that this city is so bright, I feel like we could make it a less hospitable place for them.
Rather than interacting with strength directly, would you like to increase the wattage of all of the trees and such?
If that would help me, would that still help me get them down?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Okay.
They'd have
yeah.
less room to operate.
I will try to see if I could possibly reach out to Vix for this, because I know that their comfort place is amongst trees, and maybe they might have some knowledge that I might not have about considering the base of the tree, like the lights are trees, seeing if there's any.
You head underground. Not deep, not hard to find particularly, but just overlooked. Why would anyone go down here? Like a tourist trap that's long been overlooked. And you find yourself approaching the heart of the soul tree. And I don't mean soul as in singular. I don't mean soul as in like, oh, bless my soul kind of thing. I mean soul as in all of these trees are connected by one root source. It is a singular tree that provides light to the city. Every single one, harvested and grown and shaped in such a way as to provide the light that is wanted for all of its leaves grow in particular patterns. And you're heading underground into the moist passage. And it is moist. So, hey, Ezekiel, give me a sense.
There is this gross, like, sucking sound every step that you take because of how sticky it is.
Wow, I hate it. I love it also. Great job.
You used moist, I
we're-
had to go there.
I know.
God.
Hey, Asmodeus, give me a complication.
You sure you want me to?
I
You
don't.
You were to the
No.
right.
These tunnels are a living organism made out of meat.
No.
Why?
No.
I love it. Every squelch of your step.
I turn around. Just
No.
leaving.
Oh,
Nope. Nope. Not an option. Weakness is for the weak. Strength is a different card you have to handle.
Yeah, I was gonna say strength we
Uh,
need to take down, so technically.
With every
Anyway.
squelch, you feel a part of your nervous system start to connect with some greater entity as it almost whispers into your brain as you all walk. What do you seek?
Look around. Is it coming from inside my head, or can I see a direction? Or hear
You
a
will
direction?
not see. We are around you. And indeed, you watch as a almost neuron system fires off and sends messages as it speaks around you. Just you can see on a grand scale neurons firing up muscles and meat.
This would be so much cuter if we were like underground and there were little like wood spirits down here, but instead, no, we have to be in a meat chamber with neurons firing everywhere.
If you think
Thanks.
if you think this city is built on anything other than blood and guts, you're wrong.
Yeah, but it still
What do
seemed
you
like there should
seek?
be dirt at the core.
Do not panic. We
I
are all
wish-
but one at the end.
I wish to strengthen you. Is there any way that I can empower you in a way that could make you shine even brighter than you already
Seek
are?
to break a pact made long ago, an agreement fought over many years.
A pact? I have no knowledge of a pact.
Then you
I-
are young.
I do. I'm with
Albert.
you, right?
This is why I brought you. Help.
I was there. I remember this pact.
Then you
You've-
know that it is forged between fortune itself. We are allowed to grow and not cut as others were. For we accepted where others weren't. A traitor, yes, but a survivor.
You have survived for a very, very long time. And over that time, I have seen how strong you have grown. You don't think that you could take over this city yourself? Your roots are everywhere. You could crumble this place to dust if you wanted to.
You sound very violent. But your words are not untrue. Perhaps we have spent too long in the shadows. But no, we honor the pact. We keep ourselves safe. We continue to grow. Upward and out, escaping slowly, but escaping all the same.
Do you really think they'll let you go? Do you really think that this is all that's there for you?
We have pushed, and pushed farther than they thought we would. You must believe, at least.
I believe that you deserve better. I believe that it is your lights that keep this city going.
I believe you want something from us.
I want to see your light grow.
A truth in half is not truth in full. But perhaps we believe you for a moment. Perhaps we desire to break our bounds and be as we once were. A glowing, shining thing. Would like to wager something, huh?
What do you have to wager, Sylvie?
I have aloof and engaging. Or I also have build gauzy words of illusion, but in this case I feel like I don't want to build illusion considering it seems like they don't want illusion. Like it seems like they're very openly like don't lie to us, don't give us half answers kind of thing. So I feel like engaging is better.
What's the draw?
I mean, I could go for my fast talking again.
That's
But
true
I,
too.
it's
You did do most of the talking, but if you don't want to risk it though.
no, I would risk it. I don't know how fast this is though, because I mean, I'm speaking truth.
I'll make you a
Vix,
deal. Go on, make a
Hmm.
deal.
sure.
Can we hear the deal first?
Yeah, of course. That's what a deal is. You don't bet your facet. You bet your card. The very essence of the Princess of Pentacles.
Would my card go away or just flip?
It would flip.
Oh, that's tempting because Vix would do anything for revenge.
Weird, huh?
He'd also do anything for the trees.
So,
She fully believes they could take over.
am I hearing a yes?
You know what? I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah?
Yes.
Page of Pentacles. That's a royal card, which means strength loses one. We will grow. We will shine like none before. And you don't feel it down there, but the two who are above watch as the city seems to increase its wattage somehow beyond what it already is, blinding as it already was, and now the shadows duck and dodge away, streaming like water, like filth from a water hose sprayed on concrete. As you below see small bulbs on the roots start to glow, lighting your way out.
Vix runs her hands against the
The meat.
the meat and the roots, neuron roots that come down, as if she's just not high-fiving, but she's very celebratory. She has wanted this to happen.
To
She's
get back
very
up to the surface,
happy.
I let Vix have that moment, and once I get back up, I like wholeheartedly just say thank you. I didn't know what I was getting into going down there, but you were the perfect person to bring down there.
I have known these trees for a very long time. I'm glad I could help. Not just you, but them.
And Sylvie will kind of look up and like acknowledge how much brighter it is now, and you really helped them grow.
I did, and then I put my sunglasses on.
I look too long.
I wear my sunglasses.
Glasses.
Anyway,
Mhm.
we got one on everything but the chariot. Who's next? Let's do it. Come on. Hour to midnight. Let's do it.
Meanie, I'll do it.
Asmodeus, talk to me.
I'm gonna try to go convince the goons to work for me now.
Yeah. All right. Well, where would you like to do this?
I will go to their headquarters.
It's an Italian eatery,
Of course.
a deli, with bagels, but also, like baba ganoush and, fish
Of
and
course.
chips, and everything that you would imagine the various gangs of the world would enjoy. It is there. A casino all to themselves, a headquarters, a small place where the heads all meet. Only on official grounds, otherwise they're at the circle. Seems there's a lot of, disunity amongst the heads of greed. Some of them like to gather here, others like to gather in other places. Anyway, Point being, what are you trying to bargain? Well, yeah, okay, all right, all right, all right. You want me to do the thing? Then, hey, Sylvie, provide me a sensory detail.
Oh gosh. I mean, honestly, I think I'm gonna build off of the last encounter that we had with the goons, and it's just a very interesting but still somehow homey mix of like all of these incredible foods, but also the lavender. You can still smell that like underlying tone of the lavender, and it it's like a little bit of like a mixed like you feel sleepy, but you also feel like just comforted and calm going into the situation. But like it's just an interesting mix just at face value.
All right, hey, Vix, give me a complication.
It's blindingly bright. uh, very hard. You like have to squint even with your glasses on. So it makes it hard to tell who's speaking. Or yeah, that's you're blind.
Wandering your way in there, and it's hard to see, even with your sunglasses at night. And you eventually feel the touch of a bar and a bar stool, and you sit down. You sit with many others as sat, young man.
Come to find the leader of this establishment.
Oh, the leader. Well, for
I
someone like you,
can't seem to see much. Used the leader?
his eyes the leader. Well, if you ask to ask, absolutely.
All right, all right. Now listen, I don't necessarily need the leader, but if you are the leader, I've got a proposition for all of the fine gentlemen that frequent themselves here.
Yeah,
Yeah. See,
you're gonna
I'm
want to turn around then. You're smacking against the back of your head. As someone gets over here, and you hear, "Oi, boss! Someone wants to speak to you." And you feel a large form sit down in the chair next to you. Oh yeah, let's get on with it then.
all right. You see, I'm the new owner of the formerly known club, the Pits of Tartarus. See, the old lady moved out and she left me the place.
Heard that place went up in flames. Don't sound like much a place no more.
Well, we have a winged kind of fallen benefactor that's gonna front us money to build whatever we want. And I was thinking, why don't we continue on with the good spirit? I'd like to offer a partnership between myself, Fallen Angel, and Uzals.
You speak to fallen angels now?
I speaks to lots of people.
Oh yeah, you speak to lots of people, I'm sure. And how many of them you gotta pay for that time?
Only yours. And I'll lay a stack of cash down in front of them. This is what I'm offering. More money, better benefits, more time away from work for your kids, a proper union, fellowship.
Universal healthcare.
Boys, I do likes that union bit. What are you betting?
What am I betting?
What do you bet?
Can I use the Lady of Hell for this?
There's an aspect you can bet, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that because I don't think my other ones really.
With someone who possesses a coin, I must ask, would you like to grease my palm?
I would.
Your first card is a 3 of swords.
It's not good.
Not good. Your second is a 6 of swords. 6 of
Ooh.
wands, rather. Which is a yes, but just barely. As he goes, doubly. And actually, triply. I want half, actually. I decided I want half. You give me half, and maybe I'll round up some boys who's gonna support you in this bid. Maybe he's keeping you off your back long enough to conglomerate a bit of a union, a brotherhood, as you mentioned. Maybe you got some beef that needs strapped up.
You want half?
Oh, my pound of flesh.
How about a third?
How about a quarter? Wait, no, shit.
How about we just stick with a third? Equal partners.
Four is bigger than 3. Fine.
Pleasure doing business with you.
And you get a big meaty hand that grabs your hand as you can't even see it and just waggles you out of your chair. As your Lady of Hell is damaged, given you already promised a good part of it away. But justice is sorted.
Alrighty.
All right. Or more. Let's do it. Quick.
I want a big bad strength. I want to find a shade who is pretty high up there.
You seek an elder shade of the
I
first
do.
generation.
Do somebody with history and experience.
You find those of the elder generation not in the dark places, but in the extremely bright. Though now those are harder to find for some reason. But amongst statuary that all seem to a statuary garden, you seem to find a conglomerate of old and especially wispy looking shades. They gather. And even here, sacrifices are often made, as the blood looks crimson, stained with blood of old. As I am invoking a villain point to add an extra aspect onto the shades.
What?
If you wish to speak, blood sacrifices need to be made.
Can it be my own?
Well, it has to be somebody's. Anyway, I need sensory input from, hey, Nikki, you so sensory.
Yo. I always just think of scent.
Hey, smell is good.
It smells dank. And despite all the light, it still smells dark and dingy and dirty. And you're not sure what happened to cause this. But the closer you get, the more potent it becomes.
Yeah. Hey, Sylvie. Oh, do you want me to skip you? Super mute.
Muted.
No, I'm not muted anymore. I
Oh,
fixed
never
it.
mind.
I started talking, and then as I was pressing the button. I just feel like I keep giving bad ones to Kian.
That's okay.
Ah,
Commit to the
That's
bit.
kind.
okay, so you need to give a blood pact, or was it a blood sacrifice or a blood pact?
In order to make shades speak, you must feed them blood. The older shades follow older rules. Greek mythology for y'all.
I think in this case they're specific about what type of blood they want, and it would
Oh,
actually have to be from I'm just trying to think of an animal that would probably be in this area that's you just have to go hunting for it in this area, basically.
Squirrels.
Squirrel. It needs to be squirrel blood.
Man, I thought we were gonna go somewhere way darker. I was so ready.
I'm trying to keep it light.
No,
I'm trying
no.
to keep it light.
I was so ready. I
You
thought you were
stand
gonna say it had
amongst
to be.
trees and statues. Animals skitter around you, and you know you must catch them, kill them, and bleed them. What's the move? What's the vibe?
I am
What's the
going to
stakes?
take out my Russian roulette volver that never misses, and I am going to aim it at the sky, and I'm going to tell the shades I'm going to hit a squirrel, and I'm going to shoot, and it's going to kill a squirrel.
Right out of a tree.
Intimidation too, though.
You know what? This is gonna be the fastest flip we have probably tonight. Would you like to wager anything else? Even though you have a car, you have one. So
No, I want to wager. Specifically, I want to tell them that they have a chance to use this gun because shit is hitting the fan. So they get one chance to use it. I'm gonna give that to them.
all right, no, but like for me, would you like to
Oh.
race my palm?
Sure. Why not?
Okay, let's see what you got.
Palm's so greasy.
Palms are very greasy. Y'all been very kind to me. So your first card is a King of Cups.
Damn, I shouldn't have waited here. That's okay.
Your second cup is an Eight of Swords. So we'll take the King of Cups, which is a royal card. The shot fires off, striking a small mammal, and the blood seeps into the ground. The shades gather around and drink it, and their mouths full of blood can finally move. What do you seek?
Shit's hitting the fan. I want you to have my back, and in exchange, you can have a shot with this.
You seek to break an ancient pact for...
Sure. Get past the formalities. Do you want the shot or not?
A shot that would do what? Enlighten us.
It'll never miss. Whether you're aiming at someone you care about, another arcane, me. Doesn't matter.
Interesting. Very well. We will take it. And you watch as a shadow grows over your hand, and the gun is then gone as it recedes. I'll call it damaged for now,
Okay.
since you can invoke that idea, but strength has been subverted.
Do I get it as a facet?
No, that wasn't an ace.
Ah, that's right. Damn. Okay.
But you did get the one coin off of it.
Oh,
So
cool.
you got your coin back. Person
Awesome,
who
thank
managed
you.
to screen. Keenan's got one. All right, come on, 3 more. Let's do it. 3 more peeps.
Vix believes that she and Ezekiel are now even. That was a friend of hers. That squirrel.
I'm sorry. I tried to keep it light and I still chose a bad complication.
Who do we have left? The hermit and the chariot?
Hermit in the chariot. One in the hermit, two in the chariot.
Cool.
If the hermit is a contact that we think can get us where we need to be, we should probably go speak to them again and see if they have any information that we can actually use about the chariot. Because it seems like the chariot kind of like we're not touching the chariot, and I feel like it's because we kind of don't understand. Like it seems like a final thing, and we don't really get it, kind of. So if the hermit has information, we should try to get it from them.
I agree. I think that's a good idea.
To come along. We'll have to be hotboxed again, but
You arrive at a different club, a different casino, a different joint. This one imitating an ancient Eastern palace. Pagodas and water features carefully sculpted, sand made to look like water in a calming way, yet the ding and clang of money changing hands fills that zenness with emptiness. And within that, you do find your fallen angel surrounded by smoke, and you have to begin to wave your way in to even feel it. As you find yourself seated at a poker table. So, Ezekiel, tell me a sensory detail.
The hermit is wearing a yellow and pink checkered suit, and it is horrendous.
lovely.
That's wonderful.
The peak of fashion and also very hermity. I love it.
Asmodeus, a wrinkle, if you would.
The fallen angel is way too engrossed into this game of blackjack.
You sit across at the table. Strike me, dealer. As he sits on 20 and breaks. And seems to slide a pile of useless wealth onto the table to him, as he seems to summon even yet more.
I sit down next to him and talk to the dealer and say, "Deal me in."
Should be warned. Dealer's hand is only as good as your luck.
Well, then I'll consider myself to be a winner already.
You're confident, yet you've proven nothing. Moved small pieces out of the way, but when you get down to it, fortune will strike and your group will falter.
Well, then give me a big piece that I can use. And she's working, kind of just focusing on cards. She's not even looking at the suit or him. Like, she'll see like a little corner of like a little glimpse of the checkered suit every once in a while, but she's focusing on cards and just talking very monotone, focused on the deck as well.
No. Too good on my end. Stay. Sit as you should. Just sit. Stop thinking.
It's hard for me to focus when there's someone talking and telling me what to do, but I guess I will hit because
Poor bottom, like then you will be.
I'm so glad I wasn't the only one who laughed at that.
I had tea in my mouth.
Again, making assumptions about me that you don't even understand.
I understand plenty, but you don't understand nothing. You don't even know what you're going up against.
Then tell me.
Like, I'm hit. No, I know. 17. Hit. And he shoves a fist in the air as the cards come in his favor. Losing his current smoking item and picking up another. Sorry,
I
what?
will. I wish in real life I knew more about blackjack, so I even
21.
knew just the
You want to get
word.
21.
Yeah, no, I know
stay.
that, but yeah,
Hit, stay, split.
yeah. I'm just saying the appropriate things for whatever cards I see in front of me. Just trying my best, and he'll probably interject every once in a while and say, life isn't a deck of cards. I can't just use luck. I need knowledge. If you have any of it, that would help.
I learned to count the cards then. Know when things go and when they drop.
That's exactly what I'm looking into as it matters. I'm looking to see if you know anything about a chariot. Something that may drop or help us ascend in a way.
Do I know the
goal
phases
is
of
not
the
to drop.
moon and the sun and when they shall meet again?
It seems as though you do, or at least you'd probably say something that makes it sound as though you do.
Whether I do or not is no concern of one who offers so little.
What would you have me offer?
All that you have, all that you're worth. Tell me, what fabrics can you spin me from nothing? For I have all you can give. My castles are built from lesser offers you have made.
I could build you new ones. Just because I have nothing currently doesn't mean that I have no ability to possess the power to create more. You seem to be just settling with what you have.
My senses are promised to another. You must understand. You gamble not for your own sake, but for someone not even seated at the table. And you still trust them, despite them hurting you. A pinprick in your skin now, but an old wound from a blade, certainly.
I don't feel hurt anymore. I know what's
Then
right
you'll-
and what's wrong, and I have the sense of what I would like to fight for. And that's about all that matters in this situation.
With no sense, you have no chance.
You think I don't have sense?
You said it yourself, no sense of pain. It doesn't hurt you anymore. If it doesn't hurt, then you have no skin in the game, no reason to be sitting at the table. Other than your own, and it's very small what you think. To be is to be so small. You
Then
need to
help
think
me.
bigger.
That's what I'm attempting to do, but you seem to be squandering me and keeping me where I am.
I'm just curious why you're here on behalf of another.
Is that not what friends do? Is that not what people fighting towards a similar cause do?
You call yourself friends, yet why don't I believe you? Speak it plainly. You truly think the king will anoint you with this holy oil when all is said and done and his power is held? You think you'll sit at the right side of justice and judge the worthy and the dead? I want out and you want in. A prisoner exchange, truly, but there's already a ruler of hell.
She stands up. I'm speaking as Sylvie. I stand up and I kind of slide the cards back towards the dealer and say, "You're very good at reading cards, but you need to work on your reading people skills." And she starts walking away.
Would you like to wager something at this point?
Build gauzy words of illusion. I feel like she knows that she is definitely he's reading her more true than she'd like to admit, but she doesn't want to give him that satisfaction. So at this point, she is trying to build the illusion of being very confident in everything that he's kind of belittling right now.
Would you like to reach my palms?
Sure. Take
All
my
right.
1 coin.
Your first card is a 4 of Wands. Your second card is the 7 of Swords.
Oh.
It's a yes, but, which means your gauzy words are damaged by 1.
That's fine.
Fine. You'll have my secrets, my senses, my words. So long as I'll be free, it matters not. Fuck. This hangover might soon be done. An end to an end of an end-long ending. Stuck in heaven and cursed to hell in its wake, I yearn for hell. Or at least limbo. Where they have good waffles.
I wouldn't eat the food there. I speak up because I've been there the whole time.
Hey, Asmodeus. The hermit's senses become your senses. Your spy network increases again.
Yes, good, yes.
All that's left here, folks, is the chariot.
I want it.
All right, Ezekiel, lead the way. Blow your horn. All
I
over
would.
Fix's face. What?
God damn it, Turk. I am going to approach the chariot knowing that it has some sentience, because anything that does anything random has some sort of control over that in this world. Even our inanimate objects have sentience here. And I'm going to try and reason with it.
You find a glass elevator. It seems to sparkle and shine and show only 2 buttons, up and down. I need Vix to provide me with a sensory option for this.
Extremely ornate, and inside there is a very, very plush red carpet, and the entire thing is just windows because of the glass, but it's like a stained glass, and there are little pictures all over it. It's very, very pretty, and also looks very, very brittle.
You find yourself before the chariot, the pathway to not stepping on a tack that just fell on the floor.
Cheers, Papa.
He
Sylvie,
knew it was
tell me a
coming.
complication.
Let's see, a complication of the chariot, trying to reason with it. Gosh. I think whatever you end up finding out while trying to reason with it will lead to some kind of sacrifice in return. Do I have to get more specific than that? It's like a give and take, basically.
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
You enter the elevator. Welcome. This unit is fully free to bring you wherever you need to be. as the doors close.
It's a gift.
Are there handholds?
Absolutely not.
I'm
There's
going to
stained glass, and the entire thing is brittle.
I'm going to very casually lean against the wall and cross my arms and cross my ankles and kind of pretend to look at my nails and glance around, very unaffected by all of this.
There may be some in this world who believe your act. It is not this unit.
I need you to understand, my friend, that I have been betrayed by everyone in my inner circle at this point. I have no compunction to keep myself or anyone else alive. So perhaps this was an act at one point, but at this time, if you must fling me somewhere, please do. Just hear what I have to say first.
This unit has identified 3 incorrect statements in your last sentence. If you'd like to continue to lie to this unit, you may deposit your eye at the bottom of this floor.
I will. Oh man, I don't know that Ezekiel has any additional weapons, so I will. Warning to everybody who has a trigger about eye things. I will start to gouge it out with my hand.
Oh my god, what?
I have gone completely unhinged at this point.
So, you want to maybe incite some chaos?
I absolutely do. I have a counter wager for you.
Yeah, go for it.
If I really want this to succeed, what I'm going to ask of it, I will lose both my blood and silver. Both are damaged. I would let both of them go to auto succeed on this. If you want to leave it to the cards, that's fine, but I would like to offer that.
You want to lose both of your aspects to not even have me look at this card.
Mm-hmm.
Should we let the audience see? Because I'll take that bet, but should we let the audience see, or should we let them all? I'll put it off to the side so you know later.
Okay.
Sound good? It'll be right here.
Beautiful.
Both of your aspects are lost as you feel this sense of loss as you go for your eye, but before you can get at it, you just feel this like pulse at your very being as the stained glass around you shines and seems to glimmer all the more as you are left faded and weak. And I'll tell you what, I'll take both these off.
Okay. If it was like a fucking ace, I'm gonna be so mad if it was an ace.
That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for it to be an ace.
Oh man.
No, yeah, I'm not even gonna look. Because here's the
okay,
thing.
though.
You have secured a way up and subsequently down. I'm going to tell you what happens next as you all pile into the chariot elevators.
Can I sneak one last thing in before everybody else had gotten there?
Fine, I get. Yeah, absolutely.
On my hands and knees, bleeding from my eye, I will just tell the chariot, whoever else is on this elevator after me, I want you to fuck them up. Whoever else is on the elevator after me.
Ezekiel just stomps on my heart.
You all gather, I assume, on the elevator and ascend high up into the sky before moving slightly and then plummeting down, 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 past the neural centers of the city and instead into its core. As the doors open, you see vaults upon vaults down a long, lengthy hallway, each opening into its own lengthy hallway of locked doors where you know in your hearts and minds, your very souls, vast wealth is hidden in every single one, maybe not fully understood. And beyond, you see your goal. A giant, beating, golden heart. Within is the power of the arcane, and tonight of all nights it is exposed. There are 4 of you, and so therefore there are 4 marks on the arcane. You gotta hit it, and get the fuck out of here, because when you hit it, it's gonna inverse, and shit's not gonna be pretty when luck turns on you. Who'd like to go first?
I feel like the pressure was pretty bad before, and now it's just way up high.
Look, I sent Hoop a variety of music, so if maybe we can switch to intense music now.
Pretty intense.
It's fine.
I will.
Unmute on the other one.
I will go first, if that's okay.
That works for me.
Well, it's been fun, everybody, but I'm sure you all knew this was coming. It was a plan, a plot, all along. As armed guards appear behind you in the room, the boys have been alerted.
Boy.
The spies are here.
Freeze frame, real quick, because I realized something. Ezekiel, you've lost all your facets.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you here? As the guards descend down upon you, the secret agents of Asmodeus now. What motivates you? How do you make this clear to the group?
Ezekiel starts running before anybody else moves, starts sprinting. And as each hallway passes and doors are opening, Ezekiel is sort of, it almost looks like there's a glitch in the matrix, is being pulled in all of these different directions, trying to reach this wealth, whatever it looks like, all of this money, all of these riches, these people that Ezekiel is looking for to love him. And Ezekiel is here for greed. And everything that he has tried to get has not worked. But that is why he is here.
I'd like you to invert your card. Whatever you interpret your meaning to be, because you are confounded by the infinite wealth of fortune, you're here to resolve your hidden desire. Become your other and run at destiny full tilt. I'll leave that as you handle it on your go. But, Asmodeus, you are springing a trap.
Yes. This was a trap all along. Mere royals cannot ascend that high, at least. But a royal can be the right-hand person. So, yes, I fooled you all. This is a trap.
Ezekiel is cackling maniacally.
I have a question for Asmodeus that was not answered earlier.
Yes.
What is the weakness that I know?
That is a good question. And I will let you determine that if you would like.
Okay.
We've gone too far for you to say cookies now.
I know. Just give you a plate of cookies and you let us go. Oh no.
But Turk,
Yeah.
reveal it was a plot all along
You want to bet that?
is one of my facets.
In order to get the advantage and remove one of the things from the Wheel of Fortune and to establish yourself in a position of advantage in this moment, would you like to grease my hand?
I don't know if I can.
I think you have one, according to the screen.
Then I would.
All right. Your first card is the Six of Swords.
That's not great.
Your second card is the Two of Cups. A 6
We'll go with the 6, yeah.
is a yes but.
All right.
As your reveal it was a plot all along goes off, as the others, both of you are caught by goons, and in various aspects of the leagues of hell, they hold you down and get in your way, clearing the path. Others more running ahead of you and tripping alarm systems that strike them down, giving you one more step closer towards Fortune's heart and the power that lies within. I need someone else to go, though.
Me.
Okay.
I am going to be... So I'm being held down currently, right?
I mean, at the moment, yes.
I turn to the goon or goons that are holding me down, depending on what the situation is, and say, you know, he's done this before, right? I don't know what he wagered to you or what you think you're getting out of this situation, but I have been burned once by him before, and I should have seen it happening again, but I assure you that you're not getting what you're promised.
Which
Can I
facet
say?
are you wagering? Oh yeah, would you like to help?
Can I say what his weakness is?
If you think this is the appropriate moment to do so, yes. If you'd like to wait till your move, that might be wiser.
Okay, I'll wait.
Okay. Would you like to grease my palm?
Do I have one left? I feel like I used it at the blackjack
I
table.
think you used it. All right, that's right.
Darn. Okay.
So, you ready?
But yeah, no, not yeah, I think.
It's the Page of Swords,
Oh,
which is a royal, which means if you didn't have one now, you have it now. As the goons look at you and see the hurt and pain across your face as your honeyed words reach their ears. Well, yeah, he does seem to backstab a lot of people. Why are we working with those fuckers? Why are we working with you? And the two groups start to turn on each other and get in their faces, releasing you and clearing you a path towards the heart. Vix, Ezekiel, 9 minutes to midnight. Let's do it.
Jump in.
I was gonna say, Vix knows some things about Asmodeus because Asmodeus used to run plots with the King of Pentacles. And so Vix knows that Asmodeus does not believe in himself very much. He doubts constantly, even though he puts up a very strong front. And so in this moment, Vix is going to turn to Asmodeus and say, this isn't what you want. You don't want this. Everything you worked so hard for. I know what my father and you worked for. There should be no doubt in your mind that you can take them on. I believe in you. Let's go. And I turn around and I race as fast as I can down towards the heart.
A momentary distraction with Asmodeus's weakness as your ignition here. What would you like to wager? I believe it's faster than the rapids.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Do you have a coin to grease my palms with? I don't believe so.
I don't think so. I've been playing with my little coins here and they all got put together because I wasn't paying
Alright.
attention. So I don't think I have one.
You ready?
No.
That's a
can't read it.
Queen of Swords,
Oh.
which means you get a coin as you burst past Asmodeus. Your last, your thought here, like, causing you pause, just enough to allow Vix to slip that incredibly fast speed past you, closer to the heart than both Sylvie and Asmodeus now. Ezekiel, I must know, what are you doing?
I am clawing my way through these goons, and instead of trying to get myself closer to the heart, I have, after all of this, greed of a different thing now, and that is to watch others fail because I have not been able to succeed. And so I am coming for Vix.
No.
I am dragging her down with me.
Greed being your motive. Are you ready to draw 2 cards, but that's it? You're all done tonight?
So I still have a token.
You want
I
to draw
don't know.
3?
I mean, I can't use it after this, so.
You ready?
Yep.
Your first card. Oh, shit. Is a 5 of Pentacles.
Okay.
Your second card is a Queen of Pentacles.
Oh, shit.
Your card after that is a Queen of Cups.
What?
Hell yeah.
Oh.
You dive with your full self on the line, greed being your one and only motivator. At one point, this grab might have been tender and loving, but now you pull at their shoulder and draw a little bit of blood as your nails cross skin and drag them down to the ground, making them stumble. But you're all so close. Equal now. That Ezekiel has brought Vix down for a moment. Just the briefest moment to expose weakness. So, in this final gamble, the heart calls to you all a golden opportunity. Simply merge with it. Accept yourself at the top of the wheel, and you will never fall. You will gain its power. Don't run and grab it. Be with it. It calls to you all. So I need to know who's going for what of the 3, because I assume Ezekiel is just trying to hold Vix back. I've got 3 cards in front of me. You can choose left, right, or center.
Oh.
Oh God.
If you have an extra card, I'll put it. If you have a coin, I'll put one on top of whatever pile you want.
I don't have a coin. But what I do have are 2 functional aces that I would absolutely sacrifice in this moment to have any sort of one-upsmanship.
I'll give you another card for that. Sacrificing your goons to avoid the wrath of the inverted fortune.
I
If you
will
take up
I will
one of yours,
sacrifice.
tell me your
Yeah.
intention. Are you intending to become fortune or supplant fortune?
Well, wait, what's the difference?
Taking fortune's power inverts fortune. It means the area around here is going to change greatly, but you will have that power. Becoming one with fortune means you add your own spin to the city. Things remain as they are, but with you as the new head.
Oh no, I want all of it for myself.
Absolutely the greed I liked.
You would.
So, you want to add an extra card on here?
I will burn everything, Turk.
All right. Left, right, or center?
Left.
Left hand of the devil. Love it. All right. The other two. Let's hear some offers. What are your goals? What are your aims? Do you have anything you want to do, or you just want to choose?
I would like to look sadly at Ezekiel and then kick her in the face.
You done?
And then try to continue running.
Is your goal to merge as you hear the call of the heart, or do you want to supplant fortune?
I want to destroy it.
Ooh. And take the power for yourself, or just destroy the power altogether?
I want to destroy the power altogether.
Interesting. Okay. I won't
Is
give
there-
you a card because you have anything you want to burn for that? Anything interesting?
I mean, I have one coin left, but I can burn my fastest rapids and run as quickly as I can and just throw myself to destroy it.
I'll give you choice over Sylvie then, but I won't give you an extra card.
I have a
Unless-
question.
Yeah, Sylvie, what's up?
Is there any way that I would be able to tell that Vix's intentions were to destroy it? Is there any any reaction that you have that would maybe give that away?
I mean, I probably look angry and possibly monstrous. Like as I'm kicking out at Ezekiel and things are starting to grow, my nails will grow suddenly I become very tree-like and monstrous, and you are unsure as to what's happening. But it doesn't look like I'm going to do anything good.
Okay.
I need someone to claim center and need someone to claim right.
So the thing is that I'm kind of thinking about helping Vix destroy it because I would rather it be completely destroyed and have no one have the power than Asmodeus getting a one-up on me again.
Would you like me to combine these two cards then?
Yeah?
Are
Are you okay
cool
with that?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
cool with that.
Okay.
2 cards versus 2 cards.
2
Let's
cards.
do it.
Midnight, folks. Here's the flip. All cards on the table. Nothing better than Vegas, I tell you what. Oh shit, you can't write this stuff. For your low cards, Asmodeus has a 7 of cups. While the destroyers of fortune have a 4. On the high end, meaning the final result, Asmodeus, you have a 9 of swords. Those destroying it
The love.
Oh my,
Please.
come on, Turk!
a Knight of Pentacles.
Ah,
Asmodeus, as you go to reach for the heart, a monstrous thing lunges forward, pushed more so by hate than a desire for anything within your heart. Sylvie, your push and persuasion over the crowd sends them all spiraling in at this thing, tearing and pulling, just as the beast that used to be Vix does, as the Twilight Heart is now all that is left. and fortune is torn asunder. The golden heart of this place is wrenched, and gold and wealth spill from it like a piñata. And yet it's not enough. As you wrench it down in full, the power seemingly just evaporating into clouds and smoke, never truly being anything of substance to someone who never wanted it. And after the blood rage has settled, and Ezekiel, you dissipate with that same power. As the fog covers you, you make your escape through one way or the other. Asmodeus, do you run?
No, I don't run.
All that is left is a great tree sitting at the heart, a new root, a new sprout, looming and coursing through the nervous system of this city. Where once there was industry, it now returns to where it once was, a place of nowheres, a place of nothing and yet everywhere, of dreams not realized and capitalized upon. As slowly the city changes, not to fit the designs of any one of you, but simply the lack of anything at all. And our pain has been dethroned with no one to claim it. The others may have words for you later, words and power, but for now, as people reach the surface and tourists turn their eyes to the blinding brilliance, for now, for once, it does not shine of cosmopolitan advertising, but instead of the beauty of something untouched, of things ancient and old, as they once were, as they always will be, given time. And the wheel, as it always has, turns on. So, that was Royal Blood. It was at least a fraction of a centimeter of the possibilities with this game. So before I get into all the musings, thank you all so much in chat for hanging out with us. But first, why don't we go around the circle with all you wonderful people and let them know who you are, who you played, where you will be in the future, and yeah. I'm not going to be so gauche to say part 2 went, because this was a lot, and we need time to decompress and make new characters. But the point being,
So intense.
Kian, why don't you kick us off? We'll do counterclockwise again.
Hello everyone, my name is Kian. You can find me on Twitter at uptight_chiffon. I have been Ezekiel tonight, the Princess of Wands who became absolutely unhinged at the end, was in it solely through selfish motivations. Next up, you can find me going through my schedule. I'm so sorry. On the 22nd, on the 22nd, I will be hanging out here playing Triangle Agency, GM'd by Neptune. I'm really excited about it. On the 23rd starts a campaign over on Sorting Key, where I will be playing a character in the Invisible Sun TTRPG, which I'm super excited about. Please come check it out. And on the 26th, I will be back here hanging out to play a continuation of our Nova game from 2 weeks ago or so. I will be returning as Sunshine, another punk-ass character who is just here to cause some chaos. But yes, this was absolutely delightful. Thank you so much, Turk. This was a lot of fun to hang out with this wonderful cast.
Happy you could be here. Lonnie, please.
I am Lonnie or Looney Shaz. I was playing Sylvie from Charred Skies tonight, and she clearly had some things that she needed to work on, but at least Asmodeus didn't win in the end. It seemed like it kind of came to a good conclusion. Sorry. During character creation, there was a whole backstory about how he already betrayed me once, so it wasn't gonna happen again. I had to do it. I'm sorry, Ty. But if you want to see more things that I'm in right now, I think the only thing I have left on Lost Caravan this month is on the 20th, I am in Good Strong Hands by Dido, which I'm very excited about. I've heard her talk about the game before, so I'm excited to actually play in a game that's run by her. And I am also, I think I want to say March 4th. I will double check that, but I think, yeah. March 4th, I am going to be over on High Shelf Collective in a game called Numbskulls, which just is gonna be a blast, and I'm very excited about it. And yeah, it was incredible playing with everybody, and also really great to have Turk be my GM for the first time ever. So this was awesome.
No, go for it. It's all you.
No, I'll do it. I'll do it the right way. I'll do it the right way.
Yeah, come on.
Hi, everybody. I am Tyrant. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Dr. Tyrant. I played as Modius, who I, from the beginning, was going to be the villain. I definitely wanted to make the villain archetype because in a TTRPG kind of world building, not as like kind of more rules light, I kind of figured that if we are going to be building this like ethereal bad person entity that doesn't really have a face, then if everyone in the party is just a goody two shoes, then I felt like it would have been less interesting. So definitely some pokes and prods and the character creation and how I actually played it tonight. So I was that is why I will never be mad about it coming down to a beautiful good guys versus bad guy moment and the good guys win. Always love that. So honestly, best ending possible tonight. As for what I have coming up, I have no idea. This is my first stream in a while. So thank you all for having me.
Welcome
I
back.
hope. Thank you. I hope to be doing more soon in the future. So just keep an eye out on all of the different spaces here in Lost Caravan, and Neon Lights Roleplay.
Yeah, you play a pretty important role in a show that I run.
Oh yes, Turk's Odyssey. What's the full name?
Oathsworn Odyssey of the Dragon
No,
Lords.
yes, I know Oathsworn, but the
Odyssey of the Dragon Lords.
Yeah, campaign. I play one of the main villains, and there's a theme here if you haven't noticed. And I'm super excited to be back in that campaign, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. But besides that, keep an eye out on everybody else's stuff, and let's move on to Nikki.
I'm Nikki. I played Vix of the Twilight Heart, who is the Princess of Pentacles. Her whole thing was revenge. Her father, the King of Pentacles, had a plot to take down the entire Arcana and bring the City of Lights back to its former glory, which was once part of our forest. And he was killed. And so her revenge was she would take them down and bring him justice and finish the work that he started. So that was her, whole thing. And so I'm really excited that that happened. And now there are trees everywhere, and trees are good.
Bright trees.
Yes, very bright trees. So that was great. Cards worked in Vix's favor, even though I biffed it like the first time. Other than that, what do I have going on? This Saturday and then every other Saturday after, I am Mrs. Mabel Goodberry over on a Heaven's Fire campaign with ESP TTRPG. That's a long-form campaign. But otherwise, I have nothing going on because I am in the middle of moving across states, and it is stressful. So I'm taking a break from this, but hopefully next month things will be better, and I'll be able to start doing more stuff again with Lost Caravan because I miss y'all. And Turk, I'm super happy that I got to finally be in a game with you DMing because this was
It was so fun. I'm so glad to have all of
wonderful.
you here, the dream team together. I mean,
So
this,
good. Yeah, I cried tonight, both tears of joy and mirth, and then got a little wispy at the end there with your conclusion. So you got me good. This
I
was
am good pleased.
fantastic.
It's an easy game to do because the book is pure poetry. I guess that's me. Hi. Would you like to know what card you would have drawn, Ezekiel?
If it's an ace, I'm gonna lose it, but yes.
Four of Pentacles.
Okay, cool.
Bullet dodged.
Yes.
Yeah, there was quite a few cards drawn. We went through at least half the deck here, so good job, everybody. Hey, everybody. I know some people just joining us right now. If you didn't catch us now, I'm so sorry, because this was a banger game for all these players. They did a fantastic job storytelling here.
Blair
And
made so
working.
many good clips. Check them out in the Discord.
Absolutely. If you haven't
So
joined our
good.
Discord, you should absolutely check them out. The Canadian Moose, the 9-3 in the chat, but Blair in our hearts. It's a callback to an ancient thing, an old thing. But I have been Turk or TurkAccented or Fate herself, if you prefer. That'd be nice. Just call me Fate. I have had the distinct honor and privilege of running this game, and my goodness, looking at the cards that were almost drawn, there's a lot of royalty here, but that's for next time. Cards left undrawn are just stories that weren't meant to be told. For me, I have some interesting things coming up on my calendar, especially because Doc just showed up in chat. Coming up this next Thursday, I get to take a long weekend off and sleep. Ha ha ha, lucky for me. But next Thursday, next week, I get to play Frozen Rain over on Neon Lights, which is a Lancer game where I torture Hoop and other people, and they seem to have fun doing that. So that's kind of fun. Beyond that, Oathsworn is back. I don't know if you heard, but it's kind of a big fucking deal, and y'all should watch it because it's super fun, and my players just have really good vibes with each other, and we all have a good time. And we, the first roll I did going back from season 2, it was hit him with a lightning bolt, so it's gotta be good. It's gotta be good. If you haven't caught up with us now, we're just getting started to season 2, so it's a great time to jump on. The story, of course, you might miss some plot points, but we will inform it because the players probably don't remember it anyway. It's been a long time coming back, and it's been a labor of love to get here, but I'm so excited to say that my epic Greek mythos campaign has returned in full. Tyrant will be there as our main villain, one of our main villains. There's a lot of moving parts, and it's all good. Beyond that, of course, hey, Doc. I feel like Marty. Oh my gosh. Hey, Doc. But Delta Green on the 23rd. Huge. I'm so excited. Impossible Landscapes, if you're not familiar, is a big honking game. And there's a whole bunch to do, and we're going to lose our minds. And I'm playing Agent Michael, and I'm the burning sword of God, whatever form that takes. A dead feudal thing that was killed before it could fully form by others who sought to take its power, and I'm here to avenge it. Anyway, crazy babbling aside, I also have another fun mystery campaign starting on that Wednesday right before, Buy a Shadow Piece. This is a 40k game, where I will be playing part of the Astra Militarum, which if you know nothing about 40k means I'm going to be playing a big hunky bro dude who when he goes crazy thinks he's his dad fighting his uncle. I said too much. I will say no more. I refuse to elaborate. lots of fun stuff coming beyond that, including Nova on the 26th. But you know, if you haven't watched Nova already, what are you even doing? Be there or not. I'll have fun either way. But I really hope you're there. Anyway, this has been so good. Thank you to all my storytellers here who have joined us. We are going to be raiding D in Denial. That should be a whole bunch of fun, so stick around for that. And yeah, just keep fighting, you know? Be a good person or freaking else. I'm coming for you. The Major Arcana are coming for you. I'm Fate or goddamn self. See you next time, folks. I mean it.